Oh, I already read that. Sorry.
You can kind of see that pressure in action here. These characters just rested at a grace and leveled up and ran because the rain is coming and you don't have much time.
Yeah, I just don't like it. Like that whole mentality of everything needs to be fast and quick, and you don't have time to do anything. You have to make extremely fast decisions on every single little thing. I just don't. It just doesn't sound fun to me. And one of the things that I've always loved about these games is that you're constantly in situations where you have to think on your feet and react quickly, but you really can take your time with these games, and that's one of the things that I've loved about them. And I don't know, just a game where it completely removes that, where every single little thing that you do in the game is against a timer. It seems like something I would really not like. Maybe you're just slow.
In our playthrough session, we would have to make these split-second decisions about where to go and what to do, and most importantly, whether we had the time.
Oh, this is it. Yeah, this is it right here.
So often it was
they're fighting this dragon here.
Running away and living to fight another day. Yeah. So many subtle changes have been made to the mechanics of Elden Ring.
Yeah, see, this is fucking cool.
All of these changes have
the vaulting right here.
Speed and efficiency. For example, you can now vault easily over objects and even enemies as well.
Yeah, this is awesome. See, they should have just had this in Elden Ring. See, I would love to have this be in Elden Ring and future Souls games, all that kind of stuff.
Where you need torrent to traverse them.
Oh yeah, and isn't fall damage is completely removed from the game, correct?
Now you can press L3 to activate a powerful sprint, and you can also activate spirit springs on foot, which vault you so high up into the air. Also, there's no fall damage in Night Rain, so from high places it's easy to justify jumping down and getting to where you need to be. Let's talk about the different classes, the different Nightfarers that you can choose to play in this game. This is the Recluse, a mage character that, like other characters, has an ability and you can use. They've toned that off for the footage that they've given us, but I remember what these abilities and skills look like. So
wow.
And this is where
That's a new enemy. We haven't seen that before.
Ability is on the left and your ultimate is on the right. Both of these circles fill up over time, and when they're full, that's when you can use the ability or the ultimate. Now, the Recluse has an ability that is actually much more complicated than the other characters' abilities, and I think they designed it this way because the Recluse is designed to be a backline character. In Night Rain, the spells you cast are tied to the weapons you pick up, so you usually...
Okay, I don't know. I don't expect you guys to know everything about this game right now, but is it confirmed or denied right now that there's going to be AI companions? Because the game, they even said that it's designed around 3 players to go through and play through this world, this roguelike thing, and I don't want to do that. Look, I love FromSoft. I think they make some amazing games, but after that whole netcode fiasco, look, I don't trust them with that, and I mean that's only part of it. It's like, look, that was a huge, gigantic fuck up, and will that happen again? Probably not, because now that's on the record, and they have to be extra careful about that kind of stuff, because if it happens a second time, then no AI that I know. Okay, just solo and trios. Well, that sucks. Because look, I don't want to play with other people. I want to play by myself. I want to play offline because I'm not always online. Don't always have internet access. But if they're designing this game around a team of 3, then that's preferably what I'd want to do, because these games are always better when you play them the way that they're overall designed or like meant to be played. And if this game is designed around 3 players, then that's probably going to be the superior play style of this game. But I don't know. I don't always want to play with other people. I want to play, and also like lag, all that kind of stuff. It's not just having to be with others and rely on other people, but like I'd rather they just be AIs. Like they don't even need to be stronger or anything or have more health or whatever. Just like follow me around and attack stuff when things show up. But okay.
1 or 2 or 3 or 4 spells on hand. So From Software has given mages another system to sort of micromanage while they're standing in the backline.
Coco, do you have something to say?
How it works. Basically,
yeah.
whenever an enemy or a teammate gets tagged by
let me tell you guys about Coco. She is so hungry, it's insane. Like we get these treats for her. she really only eats these treats. She doesn't eat the wet food all that much, and she doesn't eat dry. She eats dry food even less than the wet food. But we have these like little chicken treats that that I get for her and I feed her, and I have them next to my desk right here. And when she wants some, she just walks over to the bowl. She meows at me. I open the bag, give her a few. She does it about like 6 times a day. And the thing is, it's like, okay, well, just don't give her, treats when she's wanting them. Okay, but she is relentless. She's absolutely relentless when it comes to when she wants food. She will not stop yowling and going, rah, rah. And sometimes if she's upset, she'll just go, rah, rah. So, and the only way to get her to stop is to give her some food. And I'm glad that she's gaining weight. I think she's gained like 2 pounds. If you didn't know, she was like only, how much? She was only like 6 pounds last time we took her to the vet. But she's put on 2 pounds, about 2 pounds at least. And she's doing better, but man, she's becoming so much more demanding. Anyways.
Holy, a little marker will appear on them, and then the recluse can absorb that type of energy, getting a little bit of mana, but more.
I don't really know if I want to watch the whole thing right now. How to get stronger. Hold on, I can't really see because of the night fairs. Yeah, we can skip the how to get stronger, bosses. Yeah, well, why don't we just take a look at the bosses?
Boss. So there were 4 different types we could face in this demo, and they were all very difficult, especially the ones that.
What is this Chaiga saying? Me?
That you had to deal with because that required.
Yeah, Ollie, what do you think of this game? Because I don't know. I'm really not. For a class when parents have to deal with crying children, the worst thing they could do was, really interesting. It's a Shet game.
Everyone in your team to fulfill a role.
That's interesting, Anton.
And the strategy you use against these bosses will play a huge part in your success. For example, we had someone on our team who was not as familiar with Elden Ring, so they ended up taking on a tanking role where they kind of held up their shield and tried their best to keep aggro rather than dealing damage, and they did a great job of that. That worked really well because they could do something like distract the demi-human for was a choice between, and you can go out and arts, one for each member of your group. It's in this boss fight and boss fights like this that you.
This boss fight is really cool. I think this boss looks fucking awesome. And he talked about how, well, we saw this in the trailer too. I think this is something that I predicted when I initially saw the trailer. It's not even a prediction. We literally see it where this boss, it has like, it's like Cerberus from Greek mythology. Big dog. Well, it's, it very much resembles a wolf. And he splits up into 3 parts, and each player sort of takes on one of those parts that split off from him. And I think that's a really awesome idea for a boss, especially for this game where it's designed for 3 players.
And everyone
but yeah,
have a different role in these fights as a result. So,
but imagine trying to do this with 1 player. It's probably going to be just straight up cock and ball torture, just not possible.
That's Night Rain. I could go on about all the different little things I've discovered, but I don't have footage for it right now, so I think I'll just give you my thoughts on the game. Obviously, somewhat biased. I run a From Software YouTube channel. You have to take what I say with a grain of salt, but I really did have so much fun playing this. In retrospect, I was a bit wrong about my analysis of the game previously, because previously a big point I mentioned was that Night Rain will allow you to get immersed in this ever-changing world and take in the scenery and just enjoy like a first playthrough of Elden Ring again. This isn't that. Like, you don't have time to appreciate this world sometimes. Instead, that feeling is replaced with this rush to explore and get stronger and overcome difficulties.
Yeah, and I hate that. I hate that because the world is what's so special about these games. Is it answer my question? No. Getting leaner meat that's more expensive? No.
And when your build comes together just right, and that allows you,
it's really not. You don't need to do that.
Even stronger. It's a great feeling. And over the course of our play session, we finally had one run where everything came together.
As long as what you're eating is good quality and you're not getting fat, then answer it properly. No.
We got the items we wanted. We managed to execute our strategies perfectly, and we finally faced off against the final boss and managed to take it down. if you have a friend or two who are into Elden Ring as well, and you think you can all team up and take on this game together, I think it's going to be like one of the best co-op experiences you've ever had. My main concerns with this game come from the fact that, if you don't have someone else to play this with, will this game still be great played with randoms or played by yourself? I'm not as sure of that. And I think come the network test...
Yeah, and that's a big issue. And I appreciate him saying that. I think he's going to be absolutely correct in this. I think the game is going to be not fun if you're playing it alone as one player, and I think it's going to be annoying to play and possibly really terrible if you're just playing with randoms. Because I mean, how is that going to work if you are randomly selected with to two other people, and then one person lags out and they're just gone, and the other person just leaves. So you're in like the final stages of the game, and you're at the very end. It's just yourself. Like cereal, Cheez-Its. Yeah. You know what's great? It's a great meal replacement food is ice cream. Back in the old days when the boys and I were homeless, that's pretty much all we ate was ice cream. And back when I was a rapper, when I was a French rapper, I only rapped in French. Basically all I lived off of was Cocoa Pebbles. All the guys were like, "Oh, this guy's cuckoo for or what, like whatever the fuck you would say for that." But I was
a couple of days, people aren't going to have that many friends to play with who also got into the network test, and so I think
I feel like this is going to be one of those games that a decent amount of people will buy it, and they'll play it for a few hours, and I think the vast majority of people, not the vast majority of people, but I think a lot of people, when they buy this, they're just going to not be super interested after a few hours. Especially, the fact that it's a roguelike, and it's not like the previous games where you have to sink a lot of hours into it, and there's a lot of slower exploration and legitimate progress that's being made. And with this game, it's not that once you beat it, you've seen everything, because the world is pretty huge, it seems like, and you have to move through it pretty quickly. So the chances of you seeing everything in just a few run-throughs is 0. But let's see what else he has to say.
But as it stands, everyone I know had a blast playing this together, especially side by side in the same room with other people. It was just an unforgettable experience. The other thing I'm curious about is, when the full game releases, how random will the maps be? In this demo build of the game, again, we could only play one of 2 maps, but we've kind of been led to believe that maps will be somewhat procedurally generated and that they'll stitch together different zones.
Yeah, that'll be really, I think that's really cool. I think they need to do something like that. I think that would be amazing. But I think people who've never played a roguelike, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really played too many roguelikes. I just whether it's because, I don't know, maybe whether it's because I just was never that interested in that style of game, or because I just never really got the chance, I guess, just because I know what kind of games I like, and I kind of stick with those. But
seemingly that you could explore, and over the course of our session and over the course of the network test,
man, the more I see from this game, the more I wish that this was just another DLC for Elden Ring, but with actual multiplayer implemented into the game.
Play this, they're going to start figuring out these.
Pretending to be Japanese, trying to pronounce English words. What the fuck?
And understanding the best route through, and it will become familiar to them, which I don't think is the intended experience for Night Rain. I suspect in the full game, and I hope in the full game, maps are really, really randomized, and no 2 playthroughs are the same. So that's definitely something I'm going to be looking for.
This is such an amazing arena and really cool boss. Oh, look, a golem. We haven't seen that before. Okay. Okay, well, that was Vati. Let's see. Flashy, cool, fun, creative state, original, purpose sharing. Okay.
Let's talk about the good and the bad that Night Rain is doing with the information that we know so far. Although before we jump into this, I just want to touch on some design concepts, game design concepts, that I just want to go over before we go into Night Rain.
You got so who wanted me to watch this video again? Who wanted me to watch the Anton? Was it you? I think it was you, Anton. Correct? You wanted me to watch this. Okay. Who is this guy? Okay, I don't think I know who he is, but yes, okay, it was you, Anton. How you guys doing, by the way? Anton, how's everything going? Oh, hold on. Let me get better situated in my chair. Holy shit. Coco, are you okay with that? Hold on, I'll explain. Coco has this stocking. This really big green stocking that she loves to sit on in my office, and it's on the floor behind me. And Simon is right next to her on it. And, you know, he's facing away from her, but, you know, she doesn't look too happy. Oh, man. Okay.
To drive some points and understand where some of these decisions are coming from.
Okay.
These are necessarily good or bad on their own. They're really just different factors that drive certain design decisions. So let's go over them really quickly.
Yeah, I understand.
There's flashy, cool, and fun stuff. So, you know, when you make something that's very anime, over the top, big weapons, cool armors, that sort of stuff. Then there's creator's taste, what the creator basically has for its preference.
Yeah, the rule is cool.
It could be really anything. Like, for instance, maybe the creator likes a certain style, painterly look, simple things, this sort of stuff. It can be something can be created for the sole purpose of trying to do something different, something new, something that has never been done before. Basically, something original, really. Usually, though, that involves taking ideas that already exist and making something that is brand new. So usually you can't really reinvent the wheel, but usually trying to make something new when it comes to the game involves taking used ideas from other games and making a new mix out of that.
I don't think, I mean, you know, on ×2 speed, it's going to be just 14 minutes, but I mean, I don't think you guys want to see me play this, or just watch through this whole video and pause. I don't think you guys want to see me become Asmongold. Just pause it, be like, yeah, I agree with that. What's Asmongold doing, by the way? I wonder what he's up to. Asmongold. Wonder what the fuck is Twitch doing? Yo, that's an awesome title, man. Trump is 100% serious. Okay, is he like oh man. Oh man, Hassan. Oh boy. Who the fuck is this? Is he basically just going all in on politics? Is that what he's doing? Can you play Terraria? Can you play Shut Up? Okay, I'm fucking busy right now. I'm looking through the videos of my favorite Twitch streamer of all time, okay? So, watch it. All right? All right, dude? This is my favorite streamer of all time. See this guy? See this guy right here? I fucking love him. Okay, I love him more than my parents. I love him more than I love him. And I want to see what he's doing. And if you get in the way of that, we're going to have some issues. Okay, Buster Brown? Can you play with D's nuts? That's uncalled for. Why people hate Asmongold? Oh, it's just him watching it too. I mean, it's a meme that all he does. I mean, no, am I correct though in saying that he's pretty much just gone full on politics? Anti-Elon rally is crazy. Yeah. Trump is 100% serious. Is she next? Oh, I hope she is. Trump is consistent as fuck. This isn't Monster Hunter Wild review. Monster Hunter Wilds. I haven't. Derangement syndrome is real. Is he based? Is he based, or is he just kind of a you know, it's what winning looks like. It's happening in New York City. Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, it's like 3/4 of this is politics. I mean, does he just stream all day? And like he's absorbing this information. Is she retarded? Because of free speech? What? CBS host says Holocaust. Which Holocaust though? I assume that one. But you know, when you assume, you make an ass out of me and the other people. China's okay. Yeah. I cannot do this. He's crashing out. What's he crashing out about? What? Ice Rage Create Ghost. Yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it. Pokemon is going viral again. wow. There. What the fuck is that? Oh yeah, I saw this video. She's like, sorry, I can't talk right now. I need to get some water probably. That's one issue that I've been running into is I think I'm a little dehydrated most of the time. Yeah, Asmongold is based. Okay, well that's good. He's talking to Putin. Okay, well, I mean, good luck to him, I guess. If he wants to go full on politics, good luck to him. I don't think that's a. I think you need to be very mentally prepared for going head on into politics like this, especially being the size that he is. I don't know if he has the mindset for it. I mean, I hope he does. I'm sure he does. I think he's got a bit of a. Yeah. No, I don't know too much about him. What was I gonna look up again? Fuck! Can someone rewind the stream and tell me what I was going to look up? Should we look up Sam Hyde? Should we watch? Of course, it doesn't bring up his channel. The first video isn't even fucking his stuff. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Dear Vivek, should we watch Dear? Oh fuck! What does he say? Is it the Arabs get out quote that got him? I remember he said that, and I was like, let's watch Dear Elon in Japanese. Ro Rudy, what's up, dude? We were watching videos on Night Rain, and then we got distracted, and now we're watching what the fuck? When did this happen? 12 hours ago. Okay. Should we just watch this whole thing? Here, let's skip.
Rig a casino, like a pump and dump. You could rig a pump and dump.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like you could run a real pyramid scheme.
Well, I mean, the government's one big pyramid scheme, if you ask me.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, Social Security is the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
Right, explain that.
Oh, so well, people pay into Social Security, and the money goes out of Social Security immediately. But the obligation for Social Security is your entire retirement career. So you're paying you're paying.
I think this would be way better if they were talking about like Transformers and like all the different iterations of Optimus Prime through the years. I think that'd be a lot better if Elon and Joe were talking about all that. But here we can watch.
Elon.
Oh yeah. We were looking at Night Rain. I've seen that video like a lot of times. Does Night Rain look appealing to you? It looks kind of mid to me. No, it doesn't look appealing to me, and the reasons as to why I was kind of going over it earlier. I think I understand why a lot of people are excited for the game and why a lot of people are having really good impressions of it after playing it. But for me personally, look, and I'm sure the game is going to be good. This is FromSoft we're talking about. I have criticisms with Elden Ring and its DLC, but I think they're both like fantastic, despite my criticisms and other people's criticisms. I think Night Rain is going to be like overall a good game. I just don't think I'm going to enjoy it. And the main reason as to why probably is, well, there's two main reasons. I don't like how the game is designed around 3 people. I like playing these games by myself, and I'd rather play them by myself. I don't want to play online. I think like the netcode has always been pretty bad with FromSoft, and so there's going to be connection issues. And was that, so the video that Vati was making, was that footage from a LAN event, or was that just from a network test? I don't remember. It may have been a network test, but yeah. So the emphasis on 3 players, and also there not being AI players. Like I'd like it if I didn't have internet, which does happen quite a bit, where I could just jump in the game and have 2 AI companions with me, and they just follow me around and attack stuff. But also, I don't like the Fortnite style ring of death that constricts the map. And Vati was saying you don't really get to explore and appreciate the world because everything is so fast, and I really don't like that, because I think it goes against what the previous games were. I mean, that's not like a legitimate critique, because it's like Night Rain is its own thing. It's trying to be a different type of game from the previous games in the series. So, just because the previous games were emphasizing this doesn't mean this game has to. So it's not like like an actual critique, if that makes sense. But for me personally, I really don't like that, because what I always loved about these games, the Soulsborne games, is that you were able to take your time and really take the time to explore this world and go through at your own pace and just kind of go wherever you want to a certain degree. And so no, those are two of the main reasons as to why the game just doesn't feel super why it doesn't feel super appealing to me personally. Here, I could be totally wrong. I could pick up this game in 2 months, because it's about to be the 1st of March in 3 hours. And it comes out in May, right? Hold on, when does it come out? Here, let me look that up on Steam. And so I see your Elden Ring. Where's Night Rain? Okay. Oh, and it's $40, right? Okay, May 29th. Okay, so we've still got a good amount of time, like a good 60 days or so. I don't know. I could pick it up, and there's a chance that I pick this game up and I think it's fucking amazing. I dump like 1,000 hours into it, but I don't know. It doesn't seem that likely for now. There are just a lot of things in the game and that the game emphasizes that I just don't personally enjoy. I feel like they should spend time on working on a new game than this. Yeah, that's what I've said. I think I would rather I would rather have had this be just a second Elden Ring DLC than a roguelike independent game. Right, like maybe they can't find 3 people. Yeah, and it's like, so you're basically making, so if they don't add AI players into the game, they are dooming their game. They're giving it a lifespan, an artificial lifespan. So like when you have games that don't require other players to properly play, then those games will last forever. But with Elden Ring Night Rain, if they don't have AI players implemented into the game, then at some point you're just not going to be able to play the game the way it was meant to be played, which is with 2 other people. Yeah, no, I get I feel that way with a lot of games. I don't rock with playing with people who I don't know IRL, especially with a game like this where you're supposed to be a very close team, and you're going through a very difficult gauntlet. Like, these are people that, the people that you want to go through that with are usually people that you want to be close with, or at least familiar with. It's kind of weird if they're randoms. Like lots of people, I guess an example of this is Black Ops Zombies. Specifically, World at War, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3. Most people that so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I don't know the statistics, but most people who are like serious about those games, and I was the same exact way when I used to play like the Black Ops games when I was a kid, the zombies a lot especially. I didn't play with randoms. I never wanted to play with randoms, and none of my friends played with randoms. Everybody that I knew that played zombies did not want to play with randoms. And I know that I don't know, would you consider Black Ops Zombies a roguelike? For real, Elden Ring is so popular, you can easily find people who play it. No, I mean, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I guess you're responding to me saying that, at some point you're not going to be able to find players. That's like a decade down the line. I don't know, maybe that's a year down the line. Maybe the game's going to die off really easily, and so it's going to actually be legitimately hard to find people. RNG in it. It's sort of a similar thing, though, where you're placed into a world and you do kind of have a time limit, because you have to kill the zombies because they're always coming at you, and you're trying to pretty quickly get everything done. I don't know. Yeah, but in general, I think you make a lot of good points, and I do agree that with games like this, I'd rather play with people that I do know. I don't want to play with randoms. I don't like playing with randoms in general. Zombies, is more of its own thing. Yeah, but it's kind of, I guess you could kind of make a sort of comparison, like in that sense. But yeah, I don't know. If they put AI players into the game where, you could choose to play the game by yourself with, just one person going through the world. They could do that, but they could also give you the option where you have like just 2 AI companions, and the technology, you're gonna be there's gonna be people saying like, oh well, it'd be expensive to implement. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't, because they have the exact same sort of technology in all of the previous games, where you summon AI companions, and all they do is follow you around and attack things when they're near. It would not be something that's hard to implement. And you would just make it to where it's getting super well reviews. I'll probably buy it, but yeah, it's also, it's $40. That's a good amount of money for a video game, and especially with finance. What the heck is going on there? Okay. Why don't we just kind of listen to what this guy has to say, though? He hasn't really. Yeah.
There's also designing with a purpose. So basically, you're trying to create something to solve one of your gameplay problem, or you're making a decision to fit certain gameplay aspect of your game. Like for instance, if this game decided to go with werewolf because this is cool or something, and the creators, a creator that wanted to make a game that's for his taste or for his own reasons, maybe his dog died and he wanted to make a game about dogs. Maybe this person, the creator, wanted to be original and wanted to make a game about this microorganism that no one has ever heard of. Well, the person making a game with a purpose would go with something like, for instance, maybe they're making a game about dungeon. It's a fast-paced dungeon game with very tight corridors, labyrinth, and he's going to decide to, maybe this one has a dog, this one has a werewolf, this one might pick, for instance, let's say a squirrel, because the squirrel is very nimble. They want to drive the fast movement through the squirrel's body, like the tail in the movement, and maybe the squirrel fits a nice size for what they want for this sort of like dungeon exploration. I'm making this really up on the fly, so excuse my examples, but basically what's important to understand is that the decisions are driven by the game's need as opposed to some of these other factors. Keep in mind though, designing with a purpose doesn't mean that things cannot be cool, flashy, or fun, or cannot be to the creator's taste. These are not necessarily exclusive to one another, so I just want to put that out as well. And then there's also the one that's sharing my ideology. Like for instance, at the Game Award, I believe there was a game that was made to make people aware of the environment, for instance. So this is not necessarily good or bad. It's basically what is the ideology of the person that's designing the game. It could be really anything. It could go from friendship to some beliefs to, it could be really anything. Although usually this will drive home with people that share that belief, and will not drive home with the people that do not share this said belief. Like for instance, there's a lot of games that are basically politically loaded in the recent years that are coming out, and this does not really drive the point home really. So this is something I'm sure you guys are familiar with. And also our favorite, making a game for the purpose of making money. Like for instance, if these games were about like werewolves, dogs, and animals or whatever, well, this one would be about cat girls, because you want to tap into the carnal desires of the players, and so you're going to make every decision that's based on making the game as much or as accessible to as many wallets as possible. So these are all things that can be done. They're not exclusive to one another. But before we start talking about Elden Ring Night Rain, I think it's important to understand some of these driving factors behind design decisions. All right, let's go into Night Rain stuff. Let's start with the good. I just want to stress really quickly though, these points that we're going to make are based.
This looks very cool, by the way. These I think Vati mentioned these in his video. These gigantic shadow beings that are just kind of all over. Are they all facing the same direction?
On the articles that have come out from people who have played the game.
This looks pretty cool here.
We're not going to go over them, but these points that I'm making are based off of this information. So these are not unknowns or speculations. They're information from people who have played the game. Keep in mind, a lot of that stuff is always subject to change, but as it is with most games, usually this sort of stuff doesn't change all that much from the point it is announced until release. So From Software is making something different than what they usually make. I think this is a good thing that From Software is branching out. I know there's this argument that a lot of that stuff is stuff that's not necessarily original, but I think it should be put in the good category that From Software is branching out and trying different things. I think it's
I don't think it's that what they're making isn't original. I think it's more that, they have something that is like theirs that is making them a lot of money, and it's consistently leading to good products, and they're putting resources into something that's not that, and that is very different from what they're used to making. So like making something that's different just for the sake of making something that's different it's not good. It's not necessarily bad either, but I don't know, it's just like if you're making if you have a car company that is really good at making pickup trucks, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, why don't we start making motorcycles? It's like, yeah, I guess you could do that, but if you're very successful and critically acclaimed with your trucks, and then you just all of a sudden want to switch things up, even if it doesn't necessarily take away from, if it did take away from the main product line that you're known for, and that's the reason why you're successful, then oh, sorry, did I not read? Hold on, did I not read that? Yeah, I mean, look, I don't necessarily think that FromSoft even needs to branch out in the first place, and branching out just for the sake of branching out, that's not necessarily something that's good or something to be commended. It's just not. But I mean, I get what he means. Like you know, potentially they could, like, while branching out, they could find another type of you know, game style that becomes very, oh shit, hold on. No, I'm sorry, I'm getting so distracted with the stream. Okay, just give me like 2 hours. Okay. Fuck, I'm sorry, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, overall, I think branching out just for the sake of branching out, that's not necessarily a good thing, and it's also not needed. Like I said, I think it would have been overall, I think it would have been better if Night Rain was just sort of a, like, you know, expansion for Elden Ring, even if it wasn't as big as Shadow of the Erdtree. But I don't know. I don't like pausing the videos a ton. Like, when I'm listening to someone speak, I don't like to pause every once in a while, or you know, like throughout the video, and like I want to hear what he has to say in full. But you know, I don't want to be watching this for however long without really saying it, because, you know, because it's like, it's a stream. Like, I need to be doing stuff. I can't just like be watching a video
of making something that is different from what has already been made by From Software. Another positive, I think maybe some won't necessarily agree with this, but I think roguelike type games are actually fun. I don't know if everyone watching has ever played a roguelike, but usually the gameplay loop for a roguelike game is usually pretty fun, especially when it involves playing with your friends co-op in Elden Ring. It's always been, in my opinion, the highlight. Night Train putting the emphasis on that, in my opinion, is a positive. Another positive is, while this game might not necessarily be the all and be all From Software game that people expect, it's a game that's made with not as much development resources than let's say, a mainstream From Software game. Most people will agree that they would rather have, like, let's say, Elden Ring 2, but realistically speaking, let's say Elden Ring 2 requires a lot more development effort and resources, but this is not necessarily a main game that is taking a lot of development resources, the way it works usually in studio.
I mean, we don't really know that for sure, though. Like, yeah, FromSoft might be saying that, but the only way that we would actually know if we were omnipotent and we could, like, actually see what's happening there. And also, you know, like, the whole, like, hold on, what did he say before?
As much development resources than let's say, a mainstream From Software game. Most people will agree that they would rather have, like, let's say, Elden Ring 2, but realistically speaking, let's say Elden Ring 2 requires a lot more development effort and resources, but this is not necessarily a main game that is taking a lot of development resources.
Well, I'm not saying I'd rather have Elden Ring 2. I'm saying that I'd rather just have a smaller scale DLC, like something around the same size as Ring City, or like somewhere in between the size of Ring City and Shadow of the Erdtree. But I get what he's saying, though, that, yeah, it's like, I mean, the chances of this hogging up all the resources and manpower at FromSoft, I don't believe that.
You don't necessarily equate having more people work onto a project to the project coming out quicker. This can apply at very small scale, like, for instance, if
that's true. That's true as well.
Then you know, you get to have a small team working on your project, then yes, development time will massively increase. But when you scale a studio from 100 to 150, it does not necessarily equate to the game coming out faster or to the result being better.
Yeah,
working
that's
with large,
true.
Complex teams can be difficult. So I just want to stress that this game will likely not affect the amount of time that it will take for us to get a mainline game after. Another positive is the
We'll see. We'll see. But I think he's probably right on that.
The director, because apparently this is from a director who has been around since Dark Souls 1. So we're talking about a veteran, not someone who just has been assigned to the job and has not really proven anything. So the guy does have a track record. So if this is anything to go by, experience should be on his side, really. Another positive is this game is playable.
Yeah, who told me that in one of the previous streams? Anton, it may have been you that said that. No, I think it was Aaron. I think Aaron told me that this is a passion project of one of the developers. Okay. I mean, put something out before they full send on production another game. I get that, but, you know, they just released Shadow of the Erdtree, and this is coming out not even a year, well, you know, like 11 months after Shadow of the Erdtree.
single player offline. It is apparently not a forced online experience, meaning that you can enjoy that solo if you want to. I think regardless of if you intend to play this solo or not, this should be put in the positive. Another positive is that there's no microtransactions. This is unanimously a positive. I don't think anyone would argue.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's not really something that's like, whoa, that's awesome, guys. It's like, no, that should just be standard. But no, I mean, I get what you mean though. Every game that releases that doesn't have microtransactions, that is a win.
With that, it's definitely something that could have been
It's
introduced
just
to this game because it does.
It speaks more on how bad the gaming industry is, where whenever a game is released and it doesn't have microtransactions, everyone's like, whoa, guys, we got to give them a big pat on the back.
Lay some foundation for microtransactions, and who knows, maybe it will be added at some point. I don't think so. I don't think it's from software style to announce no microtransaction and no live service and then change their mind later. I really don't think that this is something that they're going to do, but I'm definitely putting that in the positive.
Yeah, no.
There's also
I
the
don't
aspect
think so.
of recycled content. I'm putting this one into positive because the recycled content that's in there consists of an extremely large library of assets to work with. So when we're talking about enemy and enemy variety, usually games that rely on replayability like that will fall short because the diversity in enemy encounters that you'll have is going to be limited. Here, the amount of different enemies and different mobs that you're going to have is going to be gigantic, given that they are tapping into their entire catalog of bosses and enemies that they've made previously. So we're talking about a massive library of content here. Finally, another positive I will say.
I don't necessarily agree with that. Like, I don't want to be paying for a fucking game that has all the same assets as something that I already paid $100 for. $100 being the price of Elden Ring. $60 main game, $40 DLC, and then it's gonna have stuff from the other game. I think. I mean, I don't think the Centipede Demon will be just a copy and paste, but I don't want to pay for a fucking game that is basically like 60 to 70% of something that I already own. That's stupid.
Probably the most important is that Miyazaki is working on another larger project in the meantime, and so I'm more eager for the next thing. I think a lot of you are, and
I think he's right though in saying that like the library of stuff that they do have, that's less resources that they have to spend on making new stuff. But like it's still at the same time, it's like if you're gonna make a new game, I'd rather you actually make a lot of really unique stuff for that game. God, with this is something that we talked about a lot with Shadow of the Erdtree, where so much of the stuff in that game was just stuff copied and pasted from the main game, and it's like why even have it take place in a whole new realm when half the shit there is stuff that we've already seen? Not even half, like way more than half, like 60%. I don't know. That was something that really turned me off from Shadow of the Erdtree when I was playing it. I was just like, really, man? I hate
if you
that.
Are happy or dissatisfied with Night Rain, the fact that Night Rain comes out before that large project sort of gives something in the meanwhile for From Software and for the players who are eager to play From Software games to get their hands on something. So I think there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, I mean, kinda, because it's like, because this is a roguelike, it's not really in the same category as the previous game, so this might just not interest a lot of players. For some it will, yeah, but
there's going to be more games from Software and a bigger, larger scale game likely coming up in the near future. Although obviously we don't know any details about that, but ultimately this game is not going to replace that. You're not going to have to wait like another 5 years for the other mainline game because this is not.
Yeah, that's
okay,
true.
So those were mostly my positives. I'm sure there's a lot of other positives that I haven't thought of, just like the negatives. There's also probably a lot more negatives that I haven't thought of either. But let's go into the negatives. Obviously, whether you're talking about positive or negative, there's always a bit of subjectivity in that. But I try to take a step back as much as possible and mention things that I genuinely believe will be more broadly seen.
Dude, this gameplay is this gameplay is crazy.
Positive or negative. So my first negative is the lack of significant build making. Now, it's always going to be more important to give a why as to I'm putting stuff in the negative. And one thing that's important to mention is that when you're putting something like this in there, you're basically asking the game to be something it is not, right? Because you can't ask.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Let's let him cook these baked beans right here.
And even though, let's say I was a fan of racing game, I could put into the negative that Elden Ring Night Rain is not a racing game. But I just want to kind of reiterate that while Night Rain is not necessarily something that it's not trying to be, it is still taking things away from the base game because ultimately it is a remix of Elden Ring. So to me, I think it's fair to put some of the things that they're taking away from Elden Ring into the negative.
Yeah, and this is what I've talked about like 5 times so far. Is Vati was talking about how this game is just keep going really fast. This timer, the world is closing in on you. You have to go now. I hate that, and I don't want that in my FromSoft games, in my Soulsborne games more specifically, because the world and the beauty and interesting nature of the world is a huge part of these games, and yeah, that's one thing that they're taking away.
when it would be a positive to keep these aspects into Night Rain. So I believe that build making is something that they're taking away from their template Elden Ring and removing from Night Rain that I believe Night Rain would have benefited from. So I think Night Rain would probably have been better if they kept more of that build making aspect. Obviously, we know from these interviews that there are some things that are going to affect build making, like you do level up as you do the rounds, and you also do
stuff like
bigger abilities, so to speak, passive that you can equip on your character. But let's be honest here, it doesn't have really anything to compare to actual build making where you do craft a build that's really catered to a certain playstyle. We're talking about hero classes here.
Yeah.
Speaking of hero classes, another negative is that there's no...
Yeah, that is really weird to see actual classes in because it's always been a meme in these games that the class that you start with really doesn't matter in these games. Now it legitimately does. How are the builds going to work? Yeah.
Customization and character creation, as well as any mention of armors. There are mentions of skins, so you're likely going to be able to equip skins for the classes.
Oh,
but again,
God.
if we compare that to what this has been...
Wait a minute. I didn't know that. Hold on. I didn't know that. What if they actually add in DLCs and microtransactions for that? Oh, man. I'm not going to say they wouldn't do it because then it's probably going to jinx it, but...
taken away from, I believe Night Rain would have been better if we had more freedom when it comes to customization, especially when you think about the fact that this Night Rain game is tapping into the largest...
I kind of... See, the thing is that I can understand in a roguelike game like this, even with it being based off of a Soulsborne, having classes, but I do agree with them, yeah.
Library of content that From Software has really ever done, because it is their library today. So if they had, if they considered customization, we would have been able to tap into every armors that they've ever created, because the character models have not really changed.
Coco, he's not doing anything to you. He's just lying there. Oh, do you have a hairball? Oh, no. Hold on. She has a hairball. Okay, she's okay. She's all right. She just... Okay. This is a good video so far.
All that much. So I really think this is a huge negative and a huge missed opportunity where we could have had so much fashion in Night Rain had they tapped into their entire catalog, really. Another negative, and this one should be taken with a grain of salt again.
Oh, are you still... You're okay, Coco. You're okay.
A lot of things I'm going to be mentioning are things that Night Rain is not trying to do, but I think I don't really have a choice to put that there's no story or very little. It's going to be very weak on the story side, and I know this is not what the game is trying to do.
Yeah.
But I cannot deny that Night Rain probably would have been better if there was maybe a little more when it comes to the story and the lore.
Yeah, you know what's terrible that one of the reasons why it's so terrible that they're not including much of a story into the game is because this is basically a Dark Souls. Oh, sorry, that was my phone. This is a Dark Souls crossover game. I'm pretty sure there was the Firekeeper from Dark Souls 3, or similar sort of Firekeeper, Centipede Demon, Duke's Dear Freya, all these dark, and of course the Nameless King. So in the FromSoft game with the least amount of story is the one where we're getting the crossover game between two universes, Elden Ring's universe and Dark Souls. Like it feels wrong. It feels morally wrong.
Although obviously we don't know really any detail about that, but from if we are honest,
like if you're gonna have two of your games have like a crossover like that, sharing universes, it needs to be really awesome and it needs to be well thought out and it needs to be good. And that it doesn't seem like that's what this is going to be. It seems like this is just going to be like, hello, I am from another universe and you have to stop the big bad guy. Go, stop him. And then that's pretty much the extent of the story.
Like it is not going to be a very story-heavy game or very lore-heavy game. In fact, it is stated as not even being canon. It's just a mashup of all the other games. So it's going to be very legal.
Yeah, I mean, it being canon or it not being canon, to me, that doesn't really matter because it's still a crossover between these two different series. And I mean, unless you count Elden Ring and Dark Souls to be in the same series, which they are in the terms of Soulsborne. But I'm just
in the negative.
whatever.
There's also no focus on level design because from the sound of it, and there's nothing that's really handcrafted, like for instance the legacy dungeons in Elden Ring, which are, I believe, the favorite areas for most players that play these games. When you ask anyone if the maps in Elden Ring,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they're definitely the best areas.
Legacy dungeon as usually their first area. I really like Stormvale. I really like Haligtree. There's a lot of areas in Elden Ring that I really like and that, in my opinion, carry really the whole like environment from the start of the game to the end of the game. Really. So to me, when I play Elden Ring, my least favorite environment are when I have to traverse the empty world and when I'm forced to go into the Spirit Ash dungeons.
Yes, absolutely. Coco, come here. You want some treats? Oh, you know what? She wants some treats. Hold on. Let me give her some treats. And fun fact, Simon does not get to eat the treats because they give him diarrhea. So he watches her eat, sometimes like a foot away from her, but he never tries to get them anymore.
Or the legacy dungeons where it's clear that there's a lot more.
Right. Yeah, the legacy dungeons. Yeah, the legacy dungeons were 100% the best areas in Elden Ring. Like no contest. The wide open areas in Elden Ring where you have to traverse on Torrent, they can be fun and they can be pretty cool, but for the most part they are very empty. Let's just keep going.
The legacy dungeons. Another negative is that From Software is using their current matchmaking system. For those of you unaware, the current From Software.
And you said that. There's not going to be a lot of handcrafted areas specifically for this game. That's very disappointing. I'm sure there'll be some areas in the game that are going to be handcrafted. I mean, they have to do that. But yeah.
It's very poorly implemented. It's sometimes very hard to match with your friends for really no reason other than the fact that it's just not very well made. For instance, apparently you cannot create a 2-player team in Night Rain. You can create a 3-player team and you can go into these night rounds solo, but you cannot go into these night rounds as a 2-unit squad. So I'm not really sure why that is the case.
Yeah, that's dumb. That's just stupid. That needs to not be a thing. They need to get rid of that. They need to toss that out.
Don't know if it's related to the fact that they're using the current arena matchmaking likely. It could be a reason why, like sometimes you need maybe a different queue for that. Again, I don't really know what the reason is for that, but I have to mention it. Night Rain is also said to be using a static map with some variation and changes. However, anytime you do this sort of static mapping, even for current Battle Royale games, it's usually a weak point when it comes to replayability. The map is usually really nice for the first time, and then it gets repetitive extremely quickly. And I mean, that's really true for any game. Every time you only have access to...
Okay, but wasn't Vati saying something about randomly like generated maps or procedurally generated maps with... he said that there were 2 maps that they had access to playing, right? But yeah, I totally agree with him on this, that it's not gonna be as interesting the 50th time you try to go through the same map. It's
one map, it just lacks variety there. So there's no denying, and PC Gamer in their article mentions...
Yeah, with games like this, like a roguelike, you need to have some kind of variety. I'm sure there'll be something there. It's just the game's not out, so
that this
we
is
don't
one
know
of
for sure.
The things they're going to be needing to improve on upon the release of Night Rain, because only having one map, even if they have some weather variations or variations in event, the map itself needs to be dynamic. It needs to be able to change. Hopefully they do address that.
I agree.
Already given to them as feedback, but it is worth mentioning again. Okay, this is a big one for me, a big negative. Unfortunately, this point will rely on your ability to understand Elden Ring gameplay, and unfortunately, I don't believe that this is going to be something that's going to drive across the point for most. But you're going to have to hold me on that. The changes to movement speed will greatly affect the gameplay, and when you're playing an emulator or any of these old games, you can set the speed in that emulator to speed up the entire game. And old game and fast forward. And it actually works.
I've done that before.
You can get a lot
with
of fun
Demon Souls
at increased speed. However, that's not necessarily what they're doing here. What they're doing with Night Rain is they're keeping everything the exact same, but they sped up the sprinting. And I believe that they sped up the sprinting to counteract the fact that you're going to have to travel a huge map, and we know what that map is. Like usually you travel this map on Torrent back in order to get from one outpost to the next, and that's likely what you're going to be doing in Night Rain as well. So in order to ease that traveling, they've increased the sprinting speed. But increasing the sprinting speed, unfortunately, without increasing, let's say, attack speed or attack range for bosses or enemies, because keep in mind, it's been confirmed that the attacks and the attack patterns for all enemies have not been changed. So nothing that that involves player combat has been adjusted to the player movement speed increase. That means that a lot of enemies are not going to be made to account for your large increase in speed.
Okay, so when I saw that Vati talked about the new sprint, I was under the impression that that was an add-on to the current sprint. So like you could do your normal walk, then you're running or sprinting, and then there's that extra sort of sprint. I wasn't aware that that was just a straight-up replacement, so that's interesting.
So most enemies are not tuned for this. However, there's a lot of larger bosses that are in fact created with Torrent in mind. So the movement speed increase might not necessarily affect every boss fight, but it certainly will have a drastic impact, and I believe a negative one, simply because nothing really is tuned to that new movement speed. So
and Torrent's not even in the game, right? There are no like he's pretty much been replaced by the lightsaber bird looking thing.
A wild card when it comes to how well the game is going to respond to your increased movement speed. I honestly believe that this is going to make the game overall less challenging when it comes to boss encounters or fights in general, and I really don't think this is a positive. I think...
Coco, stop. Don't do that. No, come here. She's clawing the closet door. She does that. Come here, Coco. Come on. What are you doing? Here, you want to come up on my desk? Come on. We're watching stuff about Elden Ring. Elden Ringu.
Some of the challenging aspect goes into the negative. And while the bosses are not built with the new movement speed in mind, so is the environment either. You're not going to have fall damage. You're going to be able to climb walls higher. Basically, the environment in Night Rain is really taking things from Elden Ring and adding gameplay element on top of it. Usually, you want to design your whole game with the purpose of fitting some of these gameplay elements.
Yeah. He's making a really good point here, saying that they're adding all these extra movement abilities and mechanics into Night Rain, but they're basically being placed on top of a game that already had a specific movement style and all of its mechanics thought out, and this is adding on to that. So it's what are you doing, Coco? No, you don't need to go on top of the keyboard. That's not needed.
Elements that you already have in mind or that you've already created. So you want to create a world that accounts for your jumping speed, that accounts for the abilities that your character has. Here in Elden Ring Night Rain, because this is really only a small little side project.
Yeah, this is something I didn't even think of. This is this is a pretty big one, I think.
Some of that stuff is going to be looked over, and we're just straight up going into larger, more flashy abilities without necessarily taking into consideration some of the impacts that this could have on gameplay. So unfortunately, the maps and the map design and the map elements are not going to be built from the ground up to account for the new abilities, and that has to be put in the negative. Another negative.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't think of that before watching this. That's a really good point.
And this one is a little more personal, is the focus on buffs and numbers. When we talk about abilities, like for instance, the ability for Duchess to do double.
Oh right, yeah. So in Vati's video, he was talking about like you can have 4 weapons equipped, and they all give you passive buffs. So I'm assuming this is what he's going to be talking about.
Damage of your team. This sort of free damage type of philosophy where you have huge buffs or huge abilities that greatly change the outcome of a fight is not necessarily something that I believe is a good thing for this sort of game. There's a heavy reliance on buffs in order to
I
large
agree.
chunks of damage. I've always been more a fan of methodical.
I think we've talked about stuff like that before.
Thoughtful gameplay where the player's skill and decision making is put above all else, not necessarily built around buffing and having large damage numbers be the most important.
Yeah, the buffs in Elden Ring are like, there have been some pretty powerful buffs in the Souls games in the past, but Elden Ring just took all that and turned it up to 16. The buffs in Elden Ring are absolutely crazy, especially the ones in, oh my god, I mean, people basically 3-shotting the final boss of Shadow of the Erdtree is just fucking crazy. Volaire, how's it going, dude? Yeah, we're just watching some videos on Elden Ring Night Rain right now.
Important factor. Another negative, and this is something that is not necessarily my point, but that I've read this point a lot, it's the bastardization of loved and established franchise. So obviously
Yes.
You're really disregarding any Elden Ring lore, and anything that's established in Elden Ring, and you're just going for something that is completely different, disregarding everything that has existed.
Yeah. I agree. Fuck this. Hold on. What is the shield? The shield right here. Ooh.
The issue with that is that it's also doing that with other Souls games that have nothing to do with this. So while this is called Elden Ring Night,
yeah, it's doing that with the Dark Souls games.
It's taking aspects from, or taking models, or taking assets from all of From Software's catalog, and we put that into the positive because they're able to tap into a large library of enemies for varied gameplay and all. But it has to be mentioned that they're also taking away some of that grandeur that these unique boss fights would have in their unique games or in their respective games, and they're kind of diluting that into this all-you-can-eat buffet, which is Night Rain.
Yeah, I think just taking the Nameless King and putting him into this game just as like some random boss, it feels wrong. It makes me feel nauseated. People say Night Rain isn't all that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super. The more I've learned about the game, the less excited I've became for the game. Unfortunately, it just doesn't seem like something that I'd really be into.
So this is more of a nuanced point that I think some people might not agree with.
Yeah, that's true.
It should have been mentioned that it is in some way bastardizing a lot of the bosses that have made before and a lot of the content that was made as art, and it's unique, like art piece. Which is
I mean, from an artistic perspective, I think it's absolutely relevant and a legitimate point.
Dark Souls 1, 2, 3.
For like an hour, dude. No. We were talking about Sam Hyde earlier. It's not an hour. Besides, it hasn't been an hour. It's been an hour and 18 minutes. Excuse you very much. Ooh, nice. Oh, yeah, speaking of that, I actually upgraded my... Yeah, so this gaming computer that I'm streaming from right now, I went from 16 gigs of RAM, which was the backup RAM because my other RAM failed, to 64. So my virtual machines are no longer dying when I'm doing actual stuff in them. So that's awesome. The 64 gigs of RAM, It's amazing.
Which leads me to question, why is it called Elden Ring Night Rain?
Yeah, we were talking about Asmongold as well. Here, I'll go back a bit. Hold on.
I believe it should have been mentioned that it is in some way bastardizing a lot of the bosses that have made before and a lot of the content that was made as art and its unique like art piece, which is Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, you name it. Which leads me to question, why is it called Elden Ring Night Rain, where it could have been an entirely different IP? If it's taking stuff from the entire library of From Software's catalog, to me it could have easily been named another IP, and I think this could have helped drive the message across that this game Night Rain is really its own thing that is separate from any of the other game entities. Another negative is that Night Rain's structure really opens the door up for a lot of monetization schemes. I know there's some talks about...
Yeah, no, Ro, I understand that. I get anxiety whenever I replace something in my computer as well, because they're electronic components, and one little tiny fucked up move and you could potentially destroy your entire system. I mean, there are people on YouTube that do that all the time. There's some video of some guy that was replacing the CPU, and he forgot to unplug his PCU, and when he put in the new CPU, it destroyed his motherboard. So I get that.
Going to happen regarding that, but laying the ground up with Night Rain really opens the door in the future to different monetization, which might not even be in From Software's power to decide if they want to do that or not. If the parent company is not Kadokawa anymore, and they don't necessarily...
Yeah, I don't want a whole catalog of Elden Ring games, Elden Ring spin-off games that are just like weird experimental sort of like things like Night Rain. I don't think I don't want fucking Soulsborne Smash Bros. I don't.
Give as much free reign to From Software. It's not too far-fetched to think that at some point into the future, a decision like making a game like Night Rain will likely have a negative impact on future monetization of From Software games.
Oh, it's totally going to. I'm making that prediction right now. It's 100% going to.
Depending on who's the company that buys From Software and how they manage them. Another negative is that this is all recycled content. There's really not much new. There are some new. There's a few new bosses, but for the most part, it has to be mentioned and agreed upon that when you're...
Oh, I already mentioned this earlier. Yeah.
You're fighting a lot of bosses, a lot of enemies, and you're basically going into stuff that you've already fought before. So when it comes to a new experience, the whole...
Yeah, I mean, this dragon here is new, and the I think there was some weird alien, like Ben 10 tiny alien looking ass thing that was praying in the trailer, and then there was the that final boss that the final boss, or one of the 8 final bosses, which is the Cerberus kind of dog. That's new, but like I said earlier, if you buy this game, you're mainly paying for stuff that you've already paid for.
Everything is going to be new, but it is recycled content, and you've seen pretty much almost everything that's going to be in that game. And finally, my last negative is the lack of game balance due to the nature of the project. So because they're taking so many aspects...
Adding old bosses removes the entire vibe and coolness of the boss, not gonna lie. Yeah, no, I agree.
From their asset library from so many different games, and they're changing the speed of sprinting. They're doing different abilities that seem to be more leaning around the flashy sort of philosophy. Well, as the person who wrote the PC Gamer article said, there's definitely a sense of lack of game balance. Game balance out of the window, I think they said, or something like that. The problem I have with that is challenge. This sort of experience, a roguelike needs to be a challenging experience. That's sort of like the whole point even for a Battle Royale game. It needs to be the more and more challenging.
Well, okay, so what I'm worried about is that it is going to be a challenging experience, but that the game is just going to be brutally unfair at points. Like in Elden Ring, if you try to play the game solo without summoning, summoning does make the game harder to extend. If you play Elden Ring by yourself without using any spirit summons, the game is significantly more difficult. But let me just hear what he has to say first, actually.
As the circle progresses and as the game
there you go. Vicus, how's it going, dude? Yeah, powerful mod has arrived. Oh yeah.
You want to have the challenge ramp up from an easy start to a hard last boss fight. And I think they're probably going for that with the large boss fight. But because of the nature of the project and the lack of balance, unfortunately, I'm very worried that the challenge is not going to be up to par with some of these more meticulously crafted experiences that they've done before. And if it's not...
Yeah, I think, I guess just like kind of leaning into what he said, with Elden Ring, I've talked about this before, I think Elden Ring is one of the most poorly balanced games in the series. There are parts to where it's either... I think most of Elden Ring, it's either too easy or it's too difficult. Too easy being the side boss, but pretty much all of the side bosses, like the fucking flower bosses. God, what is the flower called again? I don't know what it's called. And then the final boss of Shadow of the Erd Tree. I'm sorry, but it was too hard. That boss, they went too far. It shouldn't have been that difficult. Like people beating that boss, most people actually, I don't know if it's most people, but by throwing a rock in something.
challenging.
But yeah, no, I think he's onto something here. I think there will absolutely be builds, or if you could call them builds, because you have classes in this game. Finding certain items that just make everything trivial.
Really, a roguelike doesn't really have any legs to stand on if there's no challenge to the game, really. So I want to close this discussion with a question.
Yeah.
Is the focus more on power fantasy and flashy stuff, flashy moves? Is it more a game that's catered toward the creator's taste? Is it a game that's taking original ideas that From Software has never done before? Or is it a game that's taking other ideas from other games and mashing them together in something that is not necessarily original?
I think it's the latter there. I think it's I think there's a little bit of all of that, but I think a lot of it is they just kind of want to take something and
that From Software has never done before, or is it a game that's taking other ideas from other games and mashing them together in something that is not necessarily original?
Yeah, they just kind of like they're taking a lot of assets from their previous games and just kind of mashing it together. And the thing is that I think the guy who he was talking about in this video at the very beginning, where the lead developer behind this project is a guy who's been working at FromSoft since Dark Souls 1. I don't know if this is necessarily his vision, like all this recycled content in the game. I think, if I was in his position, I would want everything in my game to be original. I would want everything to be brand new. I would want it to be scary. I'd want it to be fucking cool. But, I'd still want the game to be functional and balanced. Yeah.
That we'll have to wait to see. But one thing that worries me is the
You're right,
purpose. I feel
Voler,
like
yeah.
a lot of decisions are being made in this project which don't necessarily have a purpose.
Did they turn it into Fortnite? Yeah, well, I mean, the Fortnite memes are going to be there when this releases with the fucking purple fire constriction thing. Or is it blue? I don't remember. It's like bluish, purplish. I'm very interested.
And only the cool and flashy stuff. From Software has always leaned into the cool and
No, you can't correct your spelling, man. You said ion interested. I don't know what ion interested is, but I get.
Decisions are being made in this project which don't necessarily have a purpose and only lean toward the cool and flashy stuff. From Software has always leaned into the cool and flashy stuff, and it's always worked for them. But they've always had this purpose, generally speaking, to their mechanics. Nothing really is done at render.
No, that's a very good point.
From the information we know so far, when we talk about the speed of
the games have always been fucking cool. They've always been awesome. You've always been able to do really, really cool, flashy stuff in these games. That just makes you feel like a badass, but at the same time they've always been balanced reasonably and just like fun.
Moves, the lack of build making. We're taking
and original
from the purpose side of the design for Night Rain and putting it more into the flashy stuff. And so again, this is my thought. I don't think it's doing really anything that's looking like it's going to be an amazing game. To each his own, guys. That's it for me. I hope you guys enjoy and take care.
Yeah, that was a good video. We spent a lot of time watching that. On opinion on Kingdom Come 2. Is that the game where you have sex with the minor? Is that actually something that happens in that game? Please tell me that's not actually real. That so I couldn't see it. I watched whoops. Let's see. You wanted this guy reveal reaction, my thoughts. Okay, 13 minutes.
Hey all, this is Red Tosker. I want to talk about the Game Awards. More specifically, I want to give my thoughts on Night Rain. I got really excited last night when I was watching over stream, as anyone that was in that stream can attest to. Before I talk about how the game's actually going to be like, I want to talk about the trailer, because it was a hell of a combo attack. You prime me with the initial scene.
Wait, hold on. This was uploaded. Oh no, 2 months ago. Oh no. I'm sorry. I thought it said 2 weeks ago. Review. Oh god, 2 hours. Jeez. Think before speaking, Bluey? No, I'm never gonna... Wait, hold on. You cannot fucking call me Bluey. It's either Mr. YouTube, Mr. God. Actually, no. It's just those three. Can you hear to... No, I'm not gonna do that. Impression video. Watch it. Which one? Here, hold on. What's that song? Oh, here it is. Have you guys heard this song? I recently just discovered this.
Oh my
God, I can't believe this. Oh, I can't believe this. Yo, I cannot believe this. It's just, oh my god.
I can't believe this.
Dude, this is...
Yo, I can't believe this. Yo, I cannot believe this.
Oh, that's so Is the Mimic a new character in FNAF, or why do I have two? Okay, let's see. Pianosaurus, Poppy Playtime 4. Oh, okay. Isn't what is it? Garton of Ban. That's one of the consequences of Poppy Playtime, correct? Not Poppy's Playtime, Poppy Playtime. But play the game. What's heat? What is it hot? Are you in like Egypt or something? It's really hot there. What's heat? I don't know what you're saying. Okay. Here, let's listen to that again. That was really funny. That was really good. This is a good song.
Oh
My God.
I can't believe this. Yo, I can't believe this. Yo, I cannot believe this. It's just, oh my God. I can't believe this. Yo, I can't believe this. Yo, I cannot believe this.
That's fucking crazy. Okay, let's get the game going. I didn't think we were gonna... It's been an hour and a half. Someone told him about free chicken. Oh, okay. Okay. This is going on my playlist. Yeah, that's a good song. Anyways, yeah, we had a very productive and appropriate discussion about Elden Ring Night Rain. That was fun. I like talking to you guys about video game subjects and things that we get. Okay. Yeah, so let's get the... Whoops. Hold on. Turn that off. Here we go. Yay! Okay, yeah, Israel versus Palestine. Hawk Tool on that pussy. It's our world. Okay, it's been like, what, 3 weeks since... Oh, right. Yeah, we got the Savage Night at Night's Edge. Yay. I totally forgot about this. Okay, hell is going to be a lot more pleasant now that we have an actual good weapon. Oh, wait, hold on. You know what? I didn't get any fucking seeds from that. Are you kidding me? Please tell me I have more seeds in here. Oh my God. I can't believe this. Dude, I cannot believe this. I don't have any seeds in here for... Wait, Waterleaf. Wait. Dude, I cannot believe this. Okay, well, let me go back up and... No, that was a good video. I forget what that guy's name was of the video that we watched. The 28-minute video. That was a pretty good video. I enjoyed it. I think he made a lot of pretty good points. And oh my God, I can't put. Oh, that's where the seeds are. Okay. Right. Okay. I forgot. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Yo, I cannot believe this. I need to read some manga after the stream, because I've been pretty busy and I have not. Whenever I'm in a phase where I'm very busy in my life, I tend to just put off a lot of entertainment, like video games and any sort of reading. You know, like I told myself 2 weeks ago, okay, over the weekend I'm gonna read No Country for Old Men, the audiobook. Well, I'm gonna listen to the No Country for Old Men audiobook on YouTube. On Audible. And of course I didn't do it because, you know. But oh my God, I can't believe this. He's playing the Get Hell Yeah. Use the wand to harvest. What in the shit? Use the wand? Oh shit! What wand? Okay. Well, hold on. Do I? Oh my god! I can't believe this. That is not enough. Yo, I cannot. Oh right, yeah, I forgot. I've ash. Oh wait, ash. Where did that? Oh, okay. Oh my god! I can't believe this. Yo, guys, I cannot believe this. I only have 450 dirt blocks. Oh my god. I can't believe this, man. There's sand. That can just be turned into a... Can I do anything with clay? Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can do anything with clay. Okay, not really... Oh, sorry. Should I do AS? Do you guys want to see me do ASMR? ASMR for gamers. Gamer ASMR. Oh man, I'm working on a pretty serious software project right now in my free time. It's basically a interface for for ChatGPT. Like DeepSeek, like all these AIs that can oh, okay, I guess I'm going back up. It's basically a mod for, you know, like interfaces for AIs that you can like have on your computer. And it's basically a mod for that to where you can have like a Cortana girlfriend. And I know it's going to make a lot of money because, you know, all the gamer guys, they love their Cortana girlfriend. Am I right, guys? Yo, guys, am I right? Stop saying, oh my god, I can't believe this. This is too funny. There's boogers flying out of my nose because I'm laughing so much. That's not real, man. Don't fucking insult me like that. You're like, actually, I already have all this, right? Chef's hat, chef's... I'm pretty certain I already have that, correct? Uniform. Oh my god! I can't believe this. Dude, I cannot believe this. This dude shows up. There's a baby harpy. Yeah, 1 platinum. Yeah, I can totally buy that. Duality. Oh my god! I can't believe this. I'm pretty sure I already have that. I don't already have that, but so, you know, it's fine. Oh my god, I can't believe this. We've only been playing for 6 minutes and we're already an hour and 36 minutes into the stream. This is crazy. You know what that means? We got to stream for more time than we spent watching YouTube videos. So this stream is going to be a long one. By the way, did you see that they were doing fish tank tryouts on their website where like they would give people stream keys and like let them live stream? And yesterday I tuned in because I knew it was going to be terrible, that it was going to be a lot of non-tent, and I tuned in and everybody was just in their bed sleeping, and it was I think that's a bad idea that that's the way that they're recruiting people for the next season. I really I mean, look, it's their show, but I think they should just, I don't know. The season 3 stuff was just, it was too perfect. Oh my god. I can't believe this. I got a giant booger on my lip. Should I just slurp it up? Should I do that? Oh my god. I can't believe this. I don't have any fucking keys. We need 5 big booms so that I can get we need 5 big booms so that I can get some demons to come and try to kill me, and then I get their stuff. Oh no. Oh no. It's been like fucking 24 hours now since I've taken my allergy pill, and so my nose is getting constricted. My nose is like a tight pussy. Never mind. Oh my god, this is... I hate having... Oh, shit. I hate having noses, man. Noses are just fucking terrible. Oh god, is it? Is there... Okay. By the way, we don't need to mine any more hellstone, correct? There's like nothing else in the game that we really need that has to do with hellstone. Correct? Like, are we past that? Oh god. Get away. Okay, we're getting all of the enemies that we don't need. Oh my god. Bro. Bruh. Get that ass out of here. Get that ass banned. Bitch. Get that ass banned. Look here. Listen. My name is Low Tier God, and I'm telling y'all to get that ass banned. Oh, fuck. What the hell? Give me a key. You need to give me a key. I can't believe you forgot to take your pill. Oh my god. I can't believe Jesus is 5 feet tall. What? Huh? Oh my god. Guys, I just got I just got a text on my phone. I can't wait to see who it's from. Oh, it's from my ex-wife. My third ex-wife. Oh, get the... Oh my god. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Yo, I cannot believe this. I'm gonna be in the next Fish Tank season. Okay. When are they planning season 4, by the way, to premiere? Oh, okay, sorry, I was reading something on my phone. Bad at this game. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I spend all this time trying to figure out how to set up a live stream. Setting up a live stream is not hard, by the way. Like it's just not hard. Like actually setting up a live stream is probably the easiest thing I've ever done, like tech related. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I spent all this time setting up a live stream just so that you guys can harass me and call me bad at video games. What is this, man? What world am I living in to where this has to be oh shit. Die. Did I get a key? No, I didn't. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I got the shining moon from up there. That's even better. That's all I want. I don't want those fucking keys for the dark chests. That's all this guy wants. That's all Mr. YouTube wants. By the way, I need to tell you guys about we bring the boom all up in you. We bring the boom all up inside of you. No, that's not what I was gonna well, let me get something really quick. Sorry, hold on. This will take like 2 seconds. Should I just have like Dear Elon Japanese dub playing in the background while I play this game? Actually, you know what? That's a good idea. No. I'll do that at the very end of the stream because that's gonna annoy people. Fuck, what was like? God damn it. I actually distracted myself as to what I was going to say. Oh, right. Yeah, so we need 5 big booms. Boom, 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 boom. It's departed. Okay. So when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of YouTube. Like, that's pretty much all I did, is I would just be on YouTube constantly. And what I spent a lot of time doing was watching Bionicle YouTube videos, aka BioTube. There were a lot of self-proclaimed BioTubers. And some of my favorites were the Shadowed One. Oh fuck, I need to make holes in this. No. No, one over here. Okay. Oh fuck. Cascade. Ooh, nice. Hold on. How much is this? Okay, 47. Yeah. Okay. I mean, there's no reason for me to really use the yo-yo when I have the Knight's Edge. Sorry, I keep forgetting what the sword's name is. I'm sorry. This animation is fantastic, by the way. This is like whoever came up with this animation and the animation for the Terrorblade. Just I want to love you. Yeah, so some of my favorite biotubers, they were the Shadowed 1-1. He was my favorite. He was always my favorite, but he actually passed away a few years ago. And I didn't know until like 8 months after it happened because I was just very busy at the time. And, you know, I never really kept up with them all that much. I watched him a lot as a kid, but he stopped making, for a while at least. There were 2 series that he was making, Reign of Mesodax and Salvation, that I was really, really into as a kid. But he kind of stopped working on those. Like, he was going to make... He was working on Salvation Episode 6, and it never came out, unfortunately. It would have been fucking amazing if it did, though. Oh my god, the lava from these fucking slimes is so annoying. Dude. Oh, okay. But yeah, he passed away. He made a lot of really nice short films, though. He made one like of Bionicles. What I think one of his best ones, or it might be his best overall work, other than Reign of Mesodax and Salvation, was the short film Icarax. It was very, very good. And I know he did some voice acting for Makuta Antraz in the upcoming miniseries for Ignition 3. But yeah, that's really bad that he passed away. I feel really bad for his family and his friends. That's you know. But man, that was, yeah, that was oh my god, I can't believe this moment when I found out about that. You know what was so cool about his videos specifically were how dark they were. Like, he had 2 series before, like 2 main series before Reign of Mesodax, called Fantoka and then Makuta, and they were like all one big story. And Makuta actually, wait, yeah, no, it was Fantoka. Was it yeah, I think it was, yeah, no, it was Fantoka and then Makuta. I know the second series was called Makuta. Yeah, the first series was called, you know, I'll bring, you know what? I'll bring up his videos and we can watch them at the end of the stream. Shadowed 1-1. And you know, the animation for those videos was very minimal. Like, it was basically just like PowerPoint slide kind of animation. But Reign of Mesodax, which is the series that comes after Makuta and continues the story, because the main characters actually lose and all die, or at least most of them die. That was crazy. When I was a kid, I was like, whoa, wait, all the characters, they actually die? No, like all the Makuta, who are the main characters, they're all killed. But some of the other characters, they live on. And yeah, Reign of Mesodax was really good, and it was very violent. And I remember in the first episode of Reign of Mesodax, it starts with a like, you need to be old. Hey, you need to be older than 10 to watch this. And then Salvation was like Reign of Mesodax. It was basically like, you know, they were self-conscious that they were like toys in a house, like a Toy Story kind of thing, sort of, but way more dramatic, and like characters killed each other and stuff, and there were like legitimate armies and everything. But Salvation was it like basically took place in the universe of like the actual Bionicle universe. There was a TUAH, and then he gets transported into another dimension, I think, or is it just another world? And Salvation was very, very good as well. I think I don't think Salvation was as good as Reign of Mesodax until episode episode 5 of Salvation, Bounty Hunters, where it sort of took the focus off the main characters and it followed a bunch of bounty hunters. that it was just fucking awesome. He had this one Bionicle that was like supposed to be a Predator. You know, from like the Predator films or Alien versus Predator, whatever. Just fantastic stop motion films that he made, and also his mocks. The you know, my own creation. That's, you know, Lego thing. His mocks were absolutely fantastic. They were fucking awesome, and he had this one mock specifically called. Well, I'll show it to you when we're done with Terraria. I'll show you this mock that I'm talking about. I don't remember what his name is, but it's like this massive fucking thing. Absolutely humongous. Like sort of cyborg mock kind of thing. And God, I wish I remembered what its name was, but I really want to build that mock. But, you know, he never made a how-to video. Excuse me. He never made a how-to video on it. But still, I want to try to build that thing because it's just fucking cool. I think that's one of my favorite mocks that one of my favorite of his mocks. God fucking damn, man. I was trying to look over shopping at Costco, and they had no idea about the Costco guys, though. That's fine. Did you educate them? Did you educate them on the big booms and the bringing the boom up in the household of your parents? God, look at that photo. God, look at that, man. Hell yeah. But yeah, another BioTuber that I watched a lot was KylerNuva135. He stopped making videos entirely a few years ago. I went back and watched a few of his videos the other night, and a lot of his videos were like his Kyler Nuva. He made a fuck ton of really awesome mocks. He made this one mock called Makuta Tazuk, and I'm gonna go on Bricklink. I'm gonna make a Bricklink account, a new one, because I think my old one I need to check. I want to delete that one anyways. If I still have it. But I want to go on Bricklink and, you know, basically make a list of all the parts I would make to create Tazuk, because as a kid I actually tried to make Tazuk myself, but I didn't have like I didn't really want to take apart my Rakshi and all of my Makuta for Tazuk. But I'll go on Bricklink and, you know, buy all the pieces I would need to build Tazuk. Not the newer one that's like super complicated. Oh, and I want to make light Tazuk as well. He made a light version of Tazuk, but Tazuk, he was like it's just this big Makuta that had like a weapon that was obviously supposed to be like a chainsaw sword that comes out of his wrist. And then there was light Tazuk, which was basically him but light. And also Tazuk, he had like the head of a Rakshi, but he had like a crown on his head. I remember making the crown on some random Rakshi head. I did that, but I never had like a full-on Makuta Tazuk build, unfortunately. But I'm going to, and I'm going to make a light Tazuk as well. Because I think I think light Tazuk looks a bit cooler than the normal one in some ways. But fuck, what was I gonna say again? Is Monster Hunter Wilds good? I don't know. I really don't know anything about it. I didn't even know it released. I have a friend who's really into Monster Hunter, though. I'm sure he knows, though. Oh shit. Oh, I need to get my imp. What the hell am I doing? Oh yeah, but anyways, a lot of Kyler Nuva 135's videos, what they consisted of were like basically sitcom scenarios for all of his mocks. And so like one of them that I watched is there was this really hot girl that like was dating this one TUAH, and there was this other TUAH, I don't remember what the TUAH's name was, but like they were fighting over her. and that was really that was the plot of the video. And it would basically be playing like rock and metal in the background, and like the characters, he wouldn't do voice acting for a lot of these videos. It was mainly just subtitles, like as to what they're or captions as to what they're saying, and then just have music playing in the background. A lot of people on BioTube did that. And then there was another video that I watched of his where it was called Finding Things in the Dark, I think, where it was TUAH-RARIA in Warsaw. I don't think Warsaw is a TOA. He's kind of like a revamp of Hydraxon, where they have this lamp, and every time they turn it on, every time they turn it off and then turn it back on again, there's some weird comedic scenario in front of them. One of them is like Zesk or Zesk, like the little scorpion guy, and he has Fred's voice, and it's like, hey, it's Fred, and Eriko kills him. It's like when I was a kid, I thought that was the fucking funniest thing on earth. I don't think Kyler Nuva 135. He has Facebook. I don't remember the other social media apps that he has, but dude, I wish I could. I want to reach out to him and just be like, hey man, your videos, they mean a lot to me because they really kept me busy when I was a kid. And I wish I could have told the Shadowed One the same thing, because when I tell you guys that I watched these guys' videos as a kid, I mean I spent whole days watching these people's videos when I was younger. YouTube was a huge part of my life when I was a kid. I mean, it's still a gigantic part of my life. I watch a lot of YouTube, but yeah, I watched a lot of BioTubers. There's Bionicle TV 21, who was a Japanese guy, and he had a series called Gresh Wars. Before that, he had just like Matoran, or like Bionicle School, where Toa Gali was the teacher, and she was like a really abusive, mean in my spleen, gonna show me a mean Blahin teacher. And Gresh War, yeah, Gresh for some reason was like a bad guy, even though Gresh the Bionicle, in the story, he's a good old fashioned chap. Oh, there's another one. Come here, die for me. Fuck. Die for me. How have I not received a single fucking key? This is malarkey. Yo, can we get Joe Biden in here to say this is a bunch of malarkey? What has been happening with Biden after after the Trump got inaugurated? Like I haven't seen him once. What has been happening with him? Oh, my knee's kind of feeling weird. Yeah, I saw that Kamala Harris went to a baseball game and no one gave a fuck. I think that was the exact caption of a tweet. Kamala Harris and her husband went to a baseball game and no one gave a fuck. That's so funny. Oh, man. Uh-oh. Okay, Terraria, just give me a few seconds. I need to recompilate here. What other BioTubers did I watch? T1 Productions, Shadow Gears 6335. He deleted his original channel, though. And, he had a podcast with his girlfriend, Toa Juni, and years and years after Bionicle ended. This was, I think it was in 2016 or 2017, during like the times of Bionicle G2. He had a podcast with his girlfriend where they talked about the flame war of BioTube, and I was like, huh? What is that? And I watched the podcast, and I didn't know this as a kid because I didn't really pay attention to the drama. But so quick backstory of what I would see a lot on BioTube is there's this one BioTuber named Shadowgear6335, and his self mock was this TUAH named Shadow. He was this black and orange, honestly really cool looking TUAH. But he was like the butt end of the joke in a lot of videos, especially in Kyler Nuva 135's videos. I don't know if Kyler Nuva, if he did it just like as a joke, like because he thought it was funny, or if it's because he genuinely disliked Shadowgear. I don't remember. I don't remember in that video if he actually mentioned that. I don't really care either way. I thought it was funny. But what would happen in tons of videos on BioTube is they would, the person making the stop motion film would make sort of like a crude version of Shadowgear, TUAH Shadow, who is the self mock of Shadowgear. So basically representing Shadowgear, and they would kill him. Like he would be like in the video, they would kill him, and he would be sort of like, basically he would always be the butt end of the joke. He would always get killed in like a brutal way, or he'd get his ass kicked. And generally, I'm tired. I've been up for like 16 hours. Generally, he would be portrayed as pretty incompetent. And as a kid, I thought it was just like a funny joke. Like I knew who Shadowgear was, and I liked his videos, and I thought he made some really fucking amazing mocks. Like Shadowgear wasn't actually his self mock; it was like a villain character that he made. I don't know if he was Makuta, but Shadowgear, which was a very cool and complex mock that he made, I thought it was fantastic. And he also just had like a series that was like a dramatized stop motion series. Diebeck, I think his name is, had Bionicle Tales and Invasion, which are very good, but it's all in Spanish and there's no captions, unfortunately, for English. But yeah, I thought it was all just a joke when I was a kid, like that it was, well, it was harmless, like regardless of what. But I didn't really understand too much about what was actually happening. And then I watched his podcast where he talked about the Flame War, and he's like, yeah, so a lot of people actually hated me and my girlfriend, TUAH Junie. And so what they would do is that there was a trend in BioTube to make TUAH Shadow and then kill him and make him look really incompetent. And just because people didn't like me, they really hated me. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't know that. And so when I listened to that pod, and what fucking sucks, I guess he and TUAH June, or Junie or June, I guess he and TUAH June broke up because he deleted all of the podcasts, and it's like that's really the main reason as to why I can think of as to why he would do that. Yeah, I wish he didn't delete those, because I want to go back and watch that episode again and learn about the BioTube Flame War. Cyberpunk worth buying? Two of my friends really like the game, but I'm not personally interested. OMG, I can't believe you bought Trump coin. Did I buy Trump coin? I also bought the 1488 coin and the the Roman salute coin. Dude, Elon doing that Roman salute kind of thing at the... Oh my god, that was so funny. I love that. That was so fucking funny. You know who they need to get into that administration is Yakub, the creator of the white people, man. We gotta get our creator in there, Yeah. Yeah, and speaking of all that, Robinhood is stealing my money. Robinhood really is stealing my money, and yeah, they've been stealing from me for a few years, and I got to do something about it. I got to keep them from stealing from me, man. But I'm not a quitter, so I don't know. They're silly and goofy. Meow. Meow. All right, my bibas. Where was I? My bibas talking about the flame war. Meow. 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 Oh, Coco. Coco's looking at me like, what are you talking about, retard? I probably said like the N-word and caddish. Yeah, so that was just weird to hear about, like the flame war for Bionicle YouTube or BioTube, and how a lot of those people who were killing Shadow were doing it just to like kind of make fun of him. And I don't know. When I was a kid, I thought it was a joke that Shadow Gear came up with himself, and that all these people were his friends. There was one guy specifically that was like the arch nemesis of Shadow Gear named Edict Tarts. I think I'm saying that correctly. Edict. Oh my god, man. Which actually, I'm pretty sure he still makes videos. Like he makes like your basic sort of Let's Play videos. But I don't know, maybe he stopped. Oh, great. Yeah, BioTube, that was fucking crazy. Who else did I watch? Oh, yeah, so last night, this is all leading up to something about a story about last night. So last night, I remembered an old Bionicle stop-motion series called Brothers in Arms. And I think it was only 6 like full episodes. Like there were more actual videos. I think it was like 11 or 12 videos. But it was officially 6 episodes. Oh, you know what? I should be using my net to catch all the critters down here, the hell critters. But yeah, it was 6 like actual canonical episodes, but it was made up of like 11 or 12 videos. It was like basically about just like 2 like dude bros that were in some Bionicle army kind of thing, and they were fighting robots. And I remembered it vaguely from when I was a kid, and it wasn't like amazing or anything, but it was like decent. It was decent, and it was kind of funny too. Like there were a lot of inside jokes in the series, and I liked it as a kid. And I found those videos, and you know what I was so surprised by was how little views the videos actually got. Like they only had like a few hundred views per video, and I was like, oh shit. Because when I was a kid, I didn't really pay too much attention to that kind of stuff, like the views and everything. And so with Kyler Nuva 135, when I went back and watched him a few years ago, like for the first time in a long time, most of his videos were around a few thousand viewers, which I was like, okay, I'm gonna fucking die, whatever. These fucking lava slimes are just terrible. Meow, 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 meow. You just gotta let it bubble. But yeah, I was like, okay, that makes sense. A few thousand views per video. I like doodles. I like doodles too. But yeah, Brothers in Arms, that series, it was only getting a few hundred views per video, and some of the videos only had like 1 or 0 likes, unfortunately. So I gave all of the videos a like. And yeah. Let's see, what other BioTube videos did I really like? Oh, I loved Matoran Adventures by Liwasax. Robomaniac. Yeah, Robomaniac 7 with his videos have like hundreds of thousands of views. Those are pretty funny. I could show you some of those after the video gaming stuff here in a bit. Yeah, let me think. Who? I mean, there were so many. All I would do like all day is just watch Bionicle YouTube videos. There was this one guy, Lego Scrawl, who made like a Matoran Adventures series. There were multiple BioTubers that made a series called Matoran Adventures. There was Lee Wasax, who made Matoran Adventures. Then there was Lego Scrawl, who made Matoran Adventures. And I think the first few episodes of that like took place around the time that the Glatorian. Oh, excuse me. When the Glatorian were being released, and they like they found Gresh like outside, and but Gresh was really lonely, so they tried to find him a friend, and they found Skrull, and they were like, "Oh man, Gresh, we're so excited, we found you a friend. It's Skrull." And then they were like, "Oh my God, Skrull, what are you doing here? I hate you!" And they just start killing each other. And then there was a bunch of stuff that happened after that, and I think he made a series called, I don't remember what it was called, but it was something where like Transformers were like in a war with Bionicles, and I think that was in Matoran Adventures as well. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure he deleted his channel because I can't find it anywhere. The Matoran Adventures stuff. If you type in Matoran Adventures, you just get directed to Lewa Sachs. Oh my God, we're fucking half wet. Get out of here! God damn, man, these fucking lava slimes are annoying as hell. Oh shit, I forgot my imp again. Oh. It's crazy how the gigantic bone serpents are not as annoying as the lava slimes. Like, I think I've died 0 times to the gigantic bone serpents, and I've died a number of times to the lava slimes just because of the fucking lava that they release, that they ejaculate when you kill them. Oh man, I remember when I was a kid, I went over to a friend's house and he showed me Fred Figglehorn. The first ever video I saw of Fred was the one where Judy was like throwing a party at her house, or was it a trailer that she lived in? I don't know if it was a trailer that Judy lived in or not, but he like shows up and everyone's like, "Ew, Fred, get out. Get the heck out of here." And so he leaves. But he leaves her water on in the bathroom. But, man, the story of Fred, like, you know, how he had the web series, then he had that appearance on iCarly, and then he had his movie, and then the second movie, and then the show. Like, that's... What a story, man. Is he sort of the first YouTuber that really made it big in that way? Or was there someone else before him that kind of like did all that beforehand? Like from not like it was all because of his stuff on YouTube and how popular he was. Yeah, but I remember when I was really young and Fred would release I remember when he released Christmas Cash. Oh God. My parents fucking hated Fred, dude. My parents wanted to kill me so bad whenever I would turn on Fred or the Annoying Orange. I looked at a few of the original Annoying Orange videos not too long ago. They weren't like the worst. Whoops. What are you doing, Coco? They weren't the worst things ever. Like they were kind of funny. Like they were funny as like, you know, just like quick little YouTube videos from the late 2000s. You know, they weren't masterpieces or anything, but they were funny little videos. But now it's like you look at the new stuff from Annoying Orange. It's yeah. Dane Bow. He was the guy who created the Annoying Orange videos. I guess he's still doing it. Actually, is he still doing it, or did he sell it? I think he's still doing it, right? Because it's still his voice, like doing Annoying Orange and everything. Oh, and I remember, Passion Fruit. Dude, when I was a kid, I had a huge crush on iJustine. When I was a kid, I wanted to kiss iJustine so fucking bad. I was in love with her, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. I was in love with iJustine when I was a kid. I don't know much about her now. I don't really know what she does. I think she just like reviews like Apple products, right? That's just what she does right now, or what she's been doing for a while. That's good. Good for her. I mean, look, if you can make it easy through YouTube, you know. Oh, Coco, what you doing, huh? You're not hungry, are you, Coco? Because you've eaten so many treats today. It's just like, you know, she's not going to get like diabetes or anything, and they're not bad if she eats a lot, but they're not really a full meal. But I guess her eating a lot of those is better than nothing, because, you know. What do you think, Coco, huh? By the way, I own 7 monkeys. I don't know if I've ever talked to you guys about this before, but I own 7 monkeys. And the reason why I bring this up is because in Fish Tank Season 3, they had Alex on the show. Oh my God. I can't believe this. Yo, I cannot believe this. Yo, I cannot believe this. Oh my God, man, I can't believe this. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm not gonna go right now, though. So in Season 3 of Fish Tank, Alex, the loudmouth archetype guy, he had monkeys. He has 2 baby monkeys. I don't remember what kind of monkeys they are. But that's like one of the first things that he said when he showed up. He's like, yeah, man, you know, I live in Texas right now. I got monkeys. You know, I got 2 little baby monkeys. Bro, that voice is going to give me cancer. Holy hell. I need to reset my voice one. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Okay. Yeah, so Alex showed up to the fish tank. Within the first 2 minutes, he was sitting down with LaRon. He was like, yeah, man, you know, it's all good. I live in Texas. Yeah, I got monkeys. I got cheetahs. And he doesn't have a fucking cheetah, even though he said he had a cheetah. He's at some point, like early in the series, Sam was like, yeah, I think Alex is probably like a big liar. And that turned out to be true. He like fucking lies about so much. It's so funny. He streams on YouTube now. Maybe multi-platform, I don't remember. But you know, I know he streams on YouTube, and his channel is so cursed, man. I don't think he's like evil or anything, but man, he like his wife. Holy shit, man. That fat bitch. Like, she literally physically abuses him. Like, she hits him in the face and everything. It's really bad. But, and wow, is she fat. Holy fuck, is she fat. And YouTube, I'm not criticizing her. I'm not making fun of her for being fat. I'm just saying, it's just a fact that she's fat. She sat down on one of the beds and it broke immediately when they brought her in. And, yeah, but... he was talking about, he was like, yeah, I got monkeys. And I was thinking to myself, you know, I've been streaming on the Bluefield YouTube channel for quite a few years now, and I don't think I've ever talked about my monkeys for clout like that. But you know what? I'm going to talk about my monkeys because I think you guys deserve to know about them. So I have a bunch of squirrel monkeys. I have 7 squirrel monkeys, and they are very powerful. Their names are Jim, Jim Bob, Jimbo, Jim number 4, Sally, Salith, Salad. Those are the names, and they're amazing monkeys. But they're basically they have their own area of the house, you know, because they're fine with cats usually. Like the place that I got them at, like they were really friendly with the cats there, but still I'd rather them be separated because, you know, they're monkeys or, you know. But yeah, I have 7 monkeys, and if you guys have any questions for me about monkeys, I will answer them for you, because I know I know everything there is to know about monkeys. I know more than I know everything about monkeys. I know more than Alex Breezy or whatever the fuck his name is. Coco, what are you looking at? Yeah, I have 7 monkeys. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys knew this, but my friends give me a hard time because they never believe me because I didn't tell them while it was happening. But I worked on the set of Inglorious Bastards. What's his name? Quentin Tarantino. He went on Bill Maher's show a few years ago, and he basically said, the really famous YouTube streamer Bluefield. That guy. That's basically his movie. Like that movie would not have been made in the way that it was if it weren't for him. You're a monkey? No, I'm not a monkey. I'm a... That's it. We're only this far along. Jeez. But, yeah, so Inglourious Bastards, that's basically my movie. I wrote for it. I directed it, produced it. I'm actually one of the soldiers, like, in the background as well, like, during the Bear Jew part. But the reason why I'm not credited in the film, like, when the credits start rolling, you won't see my name or anything. It's just because, like, I did so much that it felt weird because I would be, like, the way that the credits work in that film is, like, there's a bunch of different sections, and my name would have been at the very top of each section, and... I don't know. I had to be a bit humble there and just take one for the team and say, you know what, I'm gonna not put my name in the credits for the movie, and that's why I'm not in there. Simon, what's up, Simon? Sorry, Simon was meowing at me. But yeah, I basically Inglourious Bastards. That's pretty much my movie. And don't like at Quentin Tarantino about it or anything, just because like I'm really good friends with Quentin Tarantino. I actually consider him to be one of my best friends, but just don't bug him about it, because he's had a lot of people bug him about it in the past. Like, why isn't blank blank in the credits for Inglourious Bastards? Like, he was literally in the movie. It's literally his movie. You've said that it's his movie. He's explained it plenty of times, and he doesn't need to explain it any more than he's already done. So just please be respectful to him. Don't pester him. Oh my god. Okay, I have 2 cats up on my desk right now, Simon and Coke. Oh my god. Oh my god. Simon. Hi, guy. Coco's not going to like you up on the desk like this. Yeah, so in short, I helped to make Inglourious Bastards. A lot of people say that's my movie. That's the Bluefield movie. But, I try to stay humble. What else was it? Meow. Meow. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, are most of them gone? I think most of them are gone now at this point. Oh, get the fuck out of here. You know what I really want to read is the Full Metal Alchemist manga. Because I've seen both shows and the movies, and I love all of it, but I never read the manga, unfortunately. I need to do that. But yeah, well, I was gonna say before I started talking about Inglourious Bastards, and how I basically made that film. I was talking about. I was gonna say something before that. I don't remember what it is though. Oh, Simon, please don't sleep on the keyboard to my Linux computer, please. Oh yeah, by the way, I made a virtual machine for Mint Zia 22.1, and it's very good. I need to upgrade my main Linux Mint machine to Zia. Wow. I am good at this game. I don't care what anyone says. Like, they see this gameplay and they're like, wow, this guy sucks. Yeah, in your dreams, Buster Brown, I'm good at this game. Bro, if I can direct, write, produce, and act in Inglourious Bastards, I think I can handle Terraria. Okay? Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Yeah. Man, the lava that comes out of the lava slimes or the magma slimes, whatever they're called, that's a fucking classic bamboozle, man. I don't like that. It's such a bamboozle. It's legitimately a classic. Yeah, see, there it is. Oh my god. I can't believe this. And it's hard to see too, because like I doubt you guys can even see it on YouTube, because it's like it's very similar color to the background. It's very bright, so you can't really. Yeah. Oh my god. I can't believe this. I need to remove the yeah. This is a real silly stream, don't you guys think? A real silly stream. Oh my god. I can't believe this. Get out of here. 150th Hellbat. Nice. You know what I fucking, oh my god, I can't believe this. I have still not received a purple key. Let me get the fuck out of here. Okay. Is there a section for hell stuff? You know what? This will be my hell stuff collection right here. Anything that I get from hell, it goes in here. This is such a fucked setup. I have this gigantic Shure SM7B microphone in my face. I've got 4 monitors. I've got 2 keyboards, and I've got 2 cats on my desk. Simon, what you looking at, huh? He loves Coco so much, and he wants to be where she is. But, you know, she's very... What do you think, Coco, huh? Yeah, I agree. Simon, how you doing? Well, let me take a picture. Let me take a picture of this. That's such a good picture. I'm getting tired. Ooh, look, give me these mushrooms. Give me these mushrooms. I get a point for each mushroom that I get. Anyways, yeah, fuck. I don't remember what. Oh yeah, I did watch a lot of Transformers stop motion videos as well. But it was mainly Bionicle. But yeah, Lego Scroll. I wish I could find. I'm pretty, like I said, I'm pretty sure he deleted his channel. But I don't know, just because I can't find them, or at least he deleted a lot of his videos. But he had a lot of videos where, you know, they were like Matoran or Bionicle Adventures titled type things, and they had they had Transformers in them. I remember one where he had the aerial bots, like Combiner Toy. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Yo, I cannot believe. Yeah, we just gotta let this shit marinate for a little bit. We have 15 people here? Holy hell. It's pretty late too. For me, it's 10:52. It's not too, I mean, it's not too late for me right now, but I probably gotta get off in like an hour or two. The first we're not even at an hour of playing Terraria. The first hour and a half of the stream was just watching YouTube videos on Night Rain. Which you know, if you're in here and you're watching the YouTube stream right now and you'd like to type in the chat, let me know what you guys think of Elden Ring Night Rain. Because for me, so to oh my god, Simon, you're sitting in the worst position possible. Like, I have to pull up my shoulder to reach my keyboard. Here, hold on. No, you guys are watching the stream. I don't want to just sit here and talk. So I guess if you weren't here, well, most people were not here while we were talking about this. Oh my god, I forgot to talk to the merchant. he or she probably had like the most overpowered item in the game that I could have gotten. So I guess like just a quick rundown of my thoughts of Elden Ring is I'm not really excited for it, and I don't like what they're doing particularly. I don't like that it's just like the game is just a weird non-canon experimental thing that combines like all these Soulsborne titles into one. Like I think it's weird the way that they're just combining like Dark Souls and Elden Ring in this way. I don't like it. I don't like how the game is going to be a lot of basically just reused assets. I don't like I think the roguelike design could be cool, but I don't like how everything just feels super rushed in the sense that when you're playing the game, and Vati talked about this because we watched Vati's video at the beginning, or at least some of it, that you feel this constant pressure throughout the game, not because like the game is hard and you have to do a bunch of stuff, but that you just don't have a lot of time to do a whole lot of stuff. Like you don't have time to just like enjoy the world, like enjoy the game world and the design of everything. You don't have time to really like plan out a strategy. You got to just keep running all over the place because the map is slowly imploding with that weird purple blue fire stuff, and I really don't like that. What I loved about one of the things that I loved about these games is that, you know, you can take them at your own pace, and there was a huge emphasis on exploration and just taking in the world. And he said specifically that you don't really have time for that just because of how fast paced the game is, and I don't like that. I don't like games in general that are like that, where there's a huge time constraint. Like in a lot of games, I like to take my time, so that alone, I really look at that, and it's a huge turnoff. I think there are cool things about the game, but it's just I don't know. Overall, I'm not feeling too positive about Night Rain. There's just a bunch of things that I don't like and that just irk me. But from what I've been seeing from mostly everyone playing it is that the game is fun. But I don't know if it's going to be a game that's going to last a long time. Oh yeah, also one thing that I don't like as well is that the game is either constrained to it's limited to either you play by yourself or you play with 3 other people, and I don't have any friends who are gonna want to buy that. Like I even asked all my friends, like, are you gonna buy this? They're like, no, I'm not interested in that at all. So I'd probably be playing with randoms, and I don't want to play with randoms. And I usually don't like multiplayer all that much, or like playing multiplayer in games, because I don't like my experience being dictated off of other people. And yeah, I don't know. I just like to play by myself, and it would be a different story if the game had an option to where you could play with 2 AI companions. I think that'd be totally fine. Where it's just in Elden Ring, where it's just like in Elden Ring when if you summon 2 NPCs into a battle, and all they do is follow you around, and if there's an enemy, they attack it. Like it would be I think it would be really simple for them just to implement that into the game. Because Night Rain is not going to last forever when it comes to its player base. Like there are going to be times in that game's lifespan where it's going to be hard to find players to play with, and it's very obvious that the intended way to play the game is with 3 people, or at least there's 3 entities in your team. And, playing by yourself, it just seems like something that's going to be not fun and unbalanced. It's just going to be way too difficult. Like, for example, there's a boss later on, like the Cerberus Wolf boss. That's one of the final bosses in the game that you can fight. That, oh my god, fuck, man. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. There's this boss later on who's like Cerberus from Greek mythology, 3-headed dog, like a big this one's a big 3-headed wolf, and he splits into 3 parts, and you know, each presumably each player would take on one of the 3 separated parts of the boss, and that's going to be fucking hell for one person. And I know they're not going to balance it to where it just doesn't do that if it's one person. I know it's just gonna, you know. But yeah, Big Jorge, thanks for the $20, man. Thank you, I appreciate that. My coming you. Oh God, man. Thanks for the $30, but you don't get to do that to me. Listen, I'm the fucking lion around here, okay? I'm the lion. Okay, listen, look here. Listen. Around here, I'm the lion. You know, I'm the lion. I go around here. If you come up to me, you ask, who's the lion? I'm gonna go, me. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling too excited about Night Rain. And it's not that it is a roguelike. That is part of it. I've said this a million times. I wish they would have just made a DLC for Elden Ring rather than this. And I think I stand with a lot of people when I say that. Simon, your tail is really pushing into Coco. I don't think she's going to enjoy that. Simon. Hold on, I need to take another picture of this because this is just too funny. Oh, really? Really, Simon? Tell me more. I have 2 of my caps on my desk, by the way, if you didn't know. Simon, don't smell her butt. She doesn't like that. Man, the back of my neck is, it's not sore in the sense that, like, it hurts. It's sore in the sense of, like, I feel like I did a really crazy neck workout yesterday, but I didn't. Yeah, Elden Ring Night Rain, not feeling too hot about it, unfortunately. Which it is really unfortunate because I really wanted to like it, despite it being not something that I'd typically be into. Because I want to give it a chance, but I don't know, $40, and it's mostly just going to be packed with stuff that I've already paid money for. Reused assets from the previous games, so I don't know. It's unfortunate, but whatever. I've been watching Beast Machines. It's not as good as Beast Wars, I'll tell you that, but whenever I would go on Reddit or watch any YouTube videos like ranking the Transformers shows, people would always talk the most insane amount of shit about Beast Machines, and it's not nearly as bad as people make it out to be, but you know, it's not great. Beast Wars was fantastic though. Beast Wars is a genuinely very good show. The animation, I was not prepared for the animation in the first season. That was a surprise. I didn't remember it being that bad. But season 2, the second season, season 2 seasons, season 2 was 2 season. The animation of seasons 2 and 3, it was a lot better. Like, just by the first episode of season 2, I could tell, like, oh yeah, this is a lot better than season 1. But yeah, you know, I guess my only complaint about Beast Wars was that, or excuse me, it's not even really much of a legitimate complaint, but I wish there were more characters and more Transformers in it, more. Almost said Autobots, more Maximals and Predacons. Because because I just thought that was really cool. And, you know, what was weird too is that at the end of season 3, there were more trans metal characters than there were actual Beast characters, which was kind of funny. But yeah, as a kid, I never finished Beast Wars when I was a kid. Like, I kind of knew how it ended, but and I watched the first few episodes of Beast Machines, but yeah, I never finished it when I was a kid, and you know, I'm glad I watched it all the way through. It really wasn't that long. It was like 50 episodes, and each episode's like 20 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about Night Rain though? There's 19 people here. What the heck? Yeah, what do you guys think about Night Rain? Or what are your first impressions? Have you guys played it? Because I know there was a network test not too long ago. I didn't get to play it though, because no PlayStation. These cats, man. What would I do without cats? What I've been watching recently are these documentaries on China and North Korea. One of them was about Kim Jong. Is it Kim Jong Nam? That was his brother, right? Kim Jong Nam, Kim Jong Un's brother, Kim Jong Nam. He was the eldest brother, and he got assassinated in Indonesia. I don't remember, but yeah, Kim Jong Un. You know the fuck, what's it called? The like the Ascension battle that's going on right now in Hunter x Hunter in the manga. Like with all the princes of Simon, what are you doing? Sorry, I'm getting distracted by my cats right now. I'm sure Kim Jong-un had to go through something like that, where it was just political warfare with all of his siblings and family members for his ascension to the throne. But also, I watched a bunch of videos of him speaking. He has a voice, man. He has a nice voice, but man, is he fat. Yeah, no, I watched a bunch of documentaries on North Korea. I watched some. There was one really good documentary on Xi Jinping, who's if you don't know, he's the president of China right now. You know, quote, president. Very, very interesting. Oh, excuse me. I didn't know that he was a victim of the Cultural Revolution of China. That was very interesting, and you know, all the stuff with you know, him not being totally behind it, but one of the reasons he's one of the reasons as to why China's kind of become this surveillance state nightmare. No, I love watching. I've not. It's not that I've really become more interested in politics, but like more geography and learning about the history of other countries, all that kind of stuff. Because politics still they're just still fucking annoying. But yeah, that was a good documentary. I think it was like about 2 hours. Very, very cool. You know what I did recently, actually, as well as I DeepSeek, you know, the DeepSeek AI. That's Chinese. I asked it who Mao Zedong was, and it said, "Oh, I'm sorry, that information is outside of my scope," or whatever. And I was like, "Really?" Because the thing about Mao Zedong is he's all over the place in China. You know, in the Forbidden City, they have that gigantic painting of him, just like right there. They have statues of him. He's revered in China. But you know, the AI didn't sing his praise like I thought it would. It just said, "Oh, sorry, I can't talk about that." And then I asked it, you know, who's the leader of China during the Cultural Revolution, and it said, "Sorry, I can't answer that." I'm like, "Whoa, okay, that's," you know, I thought because it's a Chinese AI, I thought that it would be sucking China's dick, But no, it was just it just wouldn't say anything. But then I asked it I guess explain the basics of calculus, and it gave me a pretty in-depth response, I think. But you know, it's just another one of these AI chatbot kind of things. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I keep yawning. I'm getting kind of tired. I don't know why. Well, I know why. I've been awake for like 17 hours at this point, but yeah. God, I love that pizza like picture down there. Oh man, Terraria, what a great game. I love this game. What the hell happened there? Oh, okay, there we go. I guess we could go. We could keep going. It's not too late. Yeah, 11:09. It's not too late. Sorry. One of the reasons as to why I'm not playing right now is because Simon is sort of in the way. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Simon. Just pull right back up. Get my. There we go. Let's place. I've explored the whole map, right? Yes, I have. Okay. Okay, so one of the things that I need to do is I need to make trenches to. Oh, sorry. I need to make some trenches to protect my little area over here. So yeah, why don't we start right here? So if you don't know, in Terraria, once you go into Simon, stop that. He's just fucking laying his ass on my keyboard. If you haven't played Terraria, actually, I think a lot of you haven't, right? A lot of you guys have said that you haven't played Terraria. So in Terraria, when you kill the wall of flesh, the game goes into hard mode, and what happens is the corruption spreads a lot faster, and there's this other biome called the Hollow, and the corruption's a lot worse. I think in your NPCs will just leave if like corruption is spreading to your base. I don't remember about the Hollow. There are some NPCs that like the Hollow, like the wizard. I know he likes the Hollow. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Thank you, Simon. He's licking my arm right now. I probably smell really interesting right now because I had a workout earlier and I've not showered yet. Is my chat broken or is no one just chatting? I'm not complaining or anything. I just cuz usually you guys chat a lot or send like a lot of messages to me. Anyways, though, yeah, and so I kind of want to keep all of my NPCs in one place for right now. And you know, I don't want to live in test. Hello, Doodles. Is chat working? It is working. It is working. Interesting. What if Doodles? What if you're the only actual person here and everyone else is just a bot? I doubt it, but that'd be fucking funny. Hi, Simon. He's just staring at me right now. Hi, Simon. He's a Siamese cat. I read about how Siamese cats become very attached to one person, and Simon's become more and more attached to me over the years, especially recently. Whenever I go to bed, he either sleeps on my bed or he sleeps on this like small armchair across from my bed. He just kind of watches me as I go to sleep. I used to have this cat named Leo. He passed away a few years ago, but oh man, he was an amazing cat. Oh, Simon's rolling. Simon loved Leo. I mean, everybody loved Leo. What he would do, it was really funny. Like, he would hang out with me all the time. And you have lots of cool pets. Yeah, I absolutely adore cats. I love cats so much. I don't know what I would do without cats. What Leo would do is like I would hold him, like I would get back from school like pretty late at night a lot of the time, and he would like be there waiting for me, and I would hold him, like I would pick him up and I would hold him, and he would put his arms around me and he would kind of like nestle his forehead into my shoulder, and every once in a while he would look up at me, and then he would just nestle his head back into my shoulder. But also one thing that oh, that's iron. Oh, I need iron. Another thing that he would do is this was so funny. He would like go to bed with me. So like when I was going to bed, he would get up on my bed and he would like lay right on the pillow next to my head. And what he would do is he would wait until I guess he waited until he thought that I went to sleep, and then he would leave. Like he was there, you know, just to make sure that I fell asleep, and then he would leave. Because like if he was in the middle of leaving and I like reached out and petted him or I moved, he would stop and then he would like sit back down again. Oh, Simon's watching the stream on my other monitor. But yeah, one thing he would do is late at night when everyone was asleep, he would just go out into the kitchen. He'd just go like row, 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 in that exact way. In that exact. Oh, thank you, Simon. What else would he do? Oh yeah, so Simon and Chester, who are litter mates, they eat like pigs. Like the dry food that we have that we feed to them, they'll eat. Like Simon will pick up a bunch of food with his mouth, start chewing all of it in his mouth, and he'll like look over his shoulder or something, and all the food will just like half the food will just spill out onto the floor. And Leo did not stand for that. Whenever there was food on the floor, Leo would eat up every little tiny piece. So we never had to clean up food because he would always eat it. These boys, I call them the boys, Simon and Chester. They're slobs when it comes to eating. It's so bad. Spark as loud as he can. Yeah. Yeah, my friend, I go to his house a few times a week, and he has these two dogs, a big black lab and like a smaller like Chihuahua type dog. And every once in a while, like the big dog will hear something outside, and it'll just go like woo, woo, really, really loud barks, and then the Chihuahua will get up too and start barking. It's very funny. I'm very much a cat person, but I absolutely love dogs as well. I love animals in general. Yeah, the saddest parts of saddest part of Full Metal Alchemist for me was when the cat died. The mother cat who gave birth to all the kittens, and then she died, unfortunately. I just yeah, I don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing animals get hurt in media. I know, Coco, you're very... Oh, you're rolling over. Oh. Coco, do you even know that Simon is right here next to you? I don't think she knows. I don't think she knows that there's a big, chunky Siamese cat right next to her. Okay, well those... I think those are fine for right now. They should be fine. If they're not fine, I'll make adjustments to it later. Besides, I could buy that purifying powder. It's fine. This is all we really need, anyways. Like it won't spill over into the. I think saddest part of Full Metal Alchemist was when the guy turned his. Oh well, yeah, that was definitely the saddest part over. Like that is such a fucked part of the story. They really didn't do a good job of portraying that in Brotherhood. Like that really wasn't a good portrayal of that whole thing, because in Alchemist, you know, Edward and Alphonse, they were living with that family for a long time beforehand. It was like, I think it was like episode 5 or 6 that happens, where he turns his daughter and his dog into a chimera. Like that, I remember the first time watching that as a kid. I was really young when I first watched Full Metal Alchemist, and man, that was such a crazy moment. There are very few moments in fiction that I can think of that are on the level of fucked up Ari as that one. Oh my god, look at this. Yo, I cannot believe. Oh, you know, I can't. It's about to be nighttime, so yep, literally. All right. Do I? No. I have a bunch of Moonglow seeds down there that I can. Yo, I can't believe this. Yo, I cannot believe this. Yo, I cannot. No, actually, I don't have any seeds because if I had more seeds, I would have filled up this whole thing here. Yo, I cannot believe this. Oh, man. Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, I was saying earlier, maybe you were here, maybe you weren't. I need to go back and well, no, I need to read the manga, but I also do want to watch the original series again. I think oh, hold on. Yeah, I don't really like the first part of Brotherhood. Like the part of Brotherhood which is the exact same pretty much as just the original series. I don't think it's as good because they just like they kind of skip through a lot of the stuff and it's not as effective in its storytelling. I've been here for about an hour. Right, yeah. What the oh that was the game. It sounded like a bug. Okay, yeah, give me that. How many stars do I have? I keep forgetting that I do need to remember to get stars. Okay, we almost have 200 for potions. There's quite a few potions that use stars, and it'd be a good idea for me to attempt to collect a number of them, or as many as I can. Well, what's happening in the realm of YouTube, in YouTube land? Mr. YouTube has not been keeping up with drama lately. I don't know what's happening in the realm of YouTube. If there's been any interesting drama. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about that new Firefox privacy update. It sucks, and Mozilla should be ashamed. I can't believe I stuttered when I said that. Yeah, Mozilla should be Mozilla should be ashamed. That's wow. What I'd really like to do is create a fork of Firefox and or Brave, one or the other. Probably. I don't know. Which would you guys rather use, a fork of Firefox or a fork of Brave? Oh, hold on. My phone is blowing up right now. Let's see what's happening. Oh my god. I can't believe this. Yo, I cannot believe this. My name is the fucking man, oh yeah. My name is the fucking man, oh yeah. That's such... Oh my god, that song is crazy. For a few days, that song was stuck in my head because I would see it all over the place on... What the fuck? Oh no, it's just something I just something my buddy sent me. Oh, that's fucking I can't believe he caught that. That's fucking funny. Oh really? Yeah, I've had updates with Firefox where I actually had to uninstall it and then delete my profiles because there was an issue with the profiles, and then I had to install the profile creation tool or whatever it's called from Mozilla's website to create an initial profile, because when I deleted that initial profile, it said, "Oh, you don't have any profiles on this computer, therefore you cannot use Firefox." Oh my god, I cannot believe this. Yo, I cannot. Oh, I cannot. Oh my god. Yeah, Firefox is a good browser. It's more than a good browser. It's a very good browser, but that whole thing is just fucked. And Mozilla's been getting worse and worse over the years, so I'm not super surprised, but still really disappointing to see that. And speaking of Firefox, we got our furry up here. Does she have anything new? No. Oh my god, what the hell? It's a lot of money. Okay, well, I think Creeper get balls. Hell yeah, man. Let me tell you about balls. They used to call me Mr. Balls back when I was in college. Or maybe I'm still in college. Maybe I graduated 30 years ago. Or maybe I'm still in college. Or maybe I graduated 6 months ago. That's what they used to call me back in college, though, was Balls. Because I was just I was the ballsiest guy you ever see. Yeah. Fuck, what was I talking? I totally got off topic as to what I was talking about and forgot. I need to get my my wrists and my forearms stronger, because I think something to draw for my next video. I'm not the best. Something to draw? I don't know. What kind of stuff do you usually draw? Like anime stuff or like nature? You know what I've always wanted to try to draw is you know that scene in that one episode in Avatar, I think it was season 3, where Sokka, it was season 3, where Sokka's learning swordsmanship from that one sword master in the Fire Nation, and they take him to like that really beautiful mountain range, and he's supposed to draw it from memory. I don't know. I want to go to a place like that and try to paint it, but I'm terrible at that. That's a big house. Good Lord. Yeah. I basically make the same house every time I play Terraria. Just like a bunch of rooms for all my NPCs and actually, hold on. Oh yeah, every room is full. Oh, I should probably make a few more. I didn't even realize. Yeah, there's probably a few NPCs that could show up if I made some new rooms. And then, when I kill the wall of flesh, there's going to be more peoples coming on and coming on in here. I really hope there's like an alternate universe version of myself that becomes a manga artist. If I could actually, when I was a kid, I would draw all the time. I mean all the time. I would draw constantly. But it was very crude, and I never really sought to actually get better at it. And so, yeah, I don't have any drawing skills, unfortunately. Which I think out of all of the like artsy skills that you can have, drawing, I think, is, like, in my opinion, I think that's probably the coolest. I really wish I could draw, but I think it's probably too late for me. I don't think I'd be good at it either, even if I spent a lot of time and effort on it. Oh, whoops. But yeah, drawing is, yeah, that's one skill that I legitimately really wish that I could do, because just the ability to think of something in your head and just, that's the wrong, yeah, that's no. The ability to just sort of conjure up images of something in your head and put it onto a piece of paper. That's just such an amazing skill, I think Spartan. Oh yeah, I could do that. Usually what I like to do though the reason why I don't do that is because I just like to have a bunch of like storage stuff on each level like this, and in each of their rooms. I mean, you know, for most of them, there's not really the case just because I haven't bought a lot of their stuff. But I like to have like chests and everything there. Okay, nothing here. Hello, do you have anything for me? He sells wings at some point that are like a platinum, correct? I don't remember. But yeah, I like to just kind of put the middle area. Like I guess my headcanon is, you know, everyone has their own rooms, and you know these are kind of like common areas, and they got all this stuff. When can I get the party girl here? Because whenever I have the party girl, I always have it to where it's always a party. You guys are gonna hate it. Oh my god. I still have these two cats on my desk, by the way. They're just sleeping. Oh, I love it. Still in art courses are the most fun thing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they're very fun. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I could like look up some, I don't know, like manga tutorial like drawing videos, and I could like learn some basic stuff, but I don't know, like the I don't know, being a manga artist, that's just got to be like, I know it's a very like a lot of manga artists, they die young because it's so stressful and they're workaholics, and yeah, it's, I think the average age of mangakas is like 60 something, like 64 years old, correct? Yeah, that's really terrible, and it doesn't make a lot of money, I don't think. Oh, I ran out. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the screen. What time is it for you? It's 11:30. I'm in Alaska. Oh, 2% chance to spawn on a normal day, so it's luck. Dang. I love the party girl though. She's amazing. I love throwing parties. His ball never gets old. Hell yeah. Oh man, you know what I need to do after this stream is I need to use my inversion table, because I lifted some weights today, and hello Coco. Just waking up. I did a bunch of incline bench press and overhead press, so I probably need to stretch out my spine a bit. 2 a.m. for me. Oh god. Yeah, I should be in bed by then, but I'm probably not going to be. Gotta get that gains it. Yeah. I haven't been, my left knee has been kind of not doing amazing. I think it was some yoga thing that I was doing not too long ago. So I'm going to take a day out, because I tried doing 2 leg workouts, and both times the front part of my left knee was really not feeling good. It was hurting. So I just stopped immediately and went home. So I'm going to take a little bit of a week off, maybe a little bit more than that, and kind of just take some time to massage it. DVD workouts to kick, it kicks my butt. Oh yeah, like those DVD workouts that you see in like old movies and stuff. Yeah, P90. Oh right, yeah, P90X. P90X, right. Hold on, let me pull up a video for P90X. I actually don't really know what it consists of. Let's see. P90X. Free P90X video. I don't know if I should show it on the stream.
Fire, because you're gonna need it, because we're gonna get busy here in a few minutes. A few more seconds.
Squat, rotating shoulder. Okay.
Be here 20 seconds with each little phase. Hands are up like you're washing windows. Relax the neck. Okay.
This guy's in pretty good shape.
Relax the neck. Don't get too crazy.
Relax the neck.
I know, I got nervous there. Quiet? That's not right. That's not me. All right, shake it out. One.
I need to be doing more boxing and MMA.
Kids ready to go? I think we are. Reverse grip. How many we got? All right, everybody.
I would rather do weightlifting than calisthenics. I don't like calisthenics that much. Like I do assisted pull-ups. You know, they're not too assisted, but what I do like a 5 to 8 second eccentric. My left arm is too thin, I think. Interesting. I wonder how that happened. Yeah, yoga can be pretty brutal. Working in the army, she could only do 39 minutes. Oh, really? Yeah, and army people, people in the army, they're not like usually very strong, like powerlifter strong, but they have a lot of gas in their tank. I almost said they have a lot of tank in their gas. No, people in the military, they have a lot of energy. But yeah, this P90X stuff, it seems like you're just moving a lot of the time. Like it really gets you moving. I don't know what the hell he's doing here. Oh, there's some pull-ups here. Ew, what the heck? Ew, what is that really close pull-up like grip? What the heck? Oh, she's doing pull-ups with a chair. That's... Yeah, if you can't do pull-ups, just do like assisted pull-ups or and like make sure you focus on like going down slowly, going all the way down, or you could just like if you have a pull-up bar, just jump up and then slowly let yourself down, and you'll be able to do a good amount of pull-ups after that. The whole video for yoga is 1 hour and 30 minutes. Interesting. I should take a look at that. I will say that yoga has increased my stamina, whatever. Did my race? you're gonna draw the exact Sokka scene? Hell yeah! Awesome. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's such a good show. I'd like to watch it again, but I don't know what it's on. I don't know where I would watch it. I don't know what network. Oh, sorry, that just bumped my microphone there. Is it on Netflix? I don't know if it's on Netflix. When I was a kid, Avatar got me into anime. Yeah, my friend got... It's on Netflix? Okay. Okay, I could watch it then. My friend, he was the reason why I got into anime when I was a kid. The first two anime that I ever watched were... the first I ever watched was Attack on Titan, the first season, and it was around when it first came out, and that just blew my mind. I was like, whoa, what the heck is this? It was because it was so violent, and I was like, whoa, this is awesome. Just like that characters were getting killed off, and I was... Because a lot of the shows that I watched didn't have too much of that. The cartoons that come out of Japan are way cooler than the ones that come out of the U.S. I spent 19 years against it, huh? I like live when there's not much chatting. Yeah, no, I always have, I don't have enough people watching to where I have to turn on top chat. I always have live chat on. It's just better because you see everything. And whenever I had a top chat on, it would just not show certain ones, even though it was like not a lot of people chatting. But yeah, and then I watched Soul Eater after that. My friend, he specifically recommended me Attack on Titan and Soul Eater. And the first one I looked up was Attack on Titan. And the first thing that I saw, I just looked up, I just typed in Attack on Titan on YouTube on my iPad. And the first thing I saw was the Colossal Titan kicking in the gate to Wall Maria. Or not Wall Maria, well, the city that was on Wall Maria. And I was like, well, I was hooked immediately. Vinland Saga gave me baby fever. I liked the first season, but I heard the second season wasn't as good, so I haven't seen that. Good quality gameplay. Yeah, well, we got to finish this P90X.
15, and write it down. You kids ready? Left arm, left leg. I got my 50.
You kids ready? Excuse me? I could be your daddy. Not like in a bad, you know.
Lunge, all right, everybody? I want.
Oh, ew. What is that movement, man?
Be a machine here. Come on, 16.
Okay, well, all these years I never knew what P90X actually was, and now I know what it is. Is P90X, is it a brand or is it like just a specific type of workout? Free P90X workout, chest and back with Tony Horton. That's what I'm watching right now. Anime isn't for everyone. It's more than a style. It's also a writing style. That's not true. No, the art style, that's not even true either. Like, you know, Code Geass and Attack on Titan have worlds different animation style and art style. But you know, Legend of the Galactic Heroes, that's an anime, and it's got none of the you know, stereotypical anime haha funny kawaii humor kind of things, and neither does Monster as well. Those are two of my favorite anime, Legend of the Galactic Heroes and Monster. With Legend of the Galactic Heroes, I also consider I also include the New Thesis in there as well. I don't know if they've made any new seasons of the New Thesis, but what I wasn't caught up as well with the New Thesis, but what I saw was fantastic. The English dub was very good. It's a form of creative. Well, do you think the One Piece is real? I don't know. I'm only halfway through reading One Piece right now. I'm reading the manga. I don't want to watch the anime. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, didn't Oda say it is? I mean, he could just be lying. That's happened before where writers lied about it. I don't know. Maybe it's real. I think it would be if it ended with the One Piece is the friends you made along the way. I think that would be the worst crime against humanity. It's not even that One Piece is a masterpiece or anything, because it's not. Like in terms of its writing, I think One Piece is decent. It's not like amazing or anything, but you know, it's good for what it is. And I really like the you know, like with One Piece, the clear focus is on the like actual visual art and the battles and everything. Death Note. I need to read. You know what I've heard are really good are the movies for Death Note, the live action movies. I'd love to watch those. I just don't know where to get them. I'm in 2025 and playing a game on the Nintendo 3DS. Do they still make 3DSs? Like, can you buy those? Like new? Do they still produce those? By writing style, I mean you will always have a bit of the Japanese mindset in thinking in the writing. This is Western. Yeah, I mean that's true, I guess. What is your favorite video game? I mean, my favorites overall would be like the Soulsborne games, like Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Elden Ring. I could just pull up my Steam library and see what else I've been. Oh, I have. I need to play Stray still. Red Dead Redemption 2. I've only played through it once, but it's such an amazing playthrough. The Half-Life games, both the Half-Life 1 games and Half-Life 2 games. I love those. Factorio, that's an awesome game. Total War Warhammer. Specifically Total War Warhammer 3, because it's the most updated of all the games. I really love Cuphead as well. I haven't played Cuphead in a while. I used to play Cuphead on this channel a lot, but I should play it sometime on here. Terraria is definitely one of my favorite games as well. But my all-time favorite game, I don't know, man. gosh, I really don't know. Actually, that's kind of hard to, point to one game and say, yes, this is my all-time favorite. She Souls on my more until my Elden Ring. Oh God. My favorite is Dick and Ass 2. Oh, Vicus, come on, dude. We had such a wholesome moment, and then you come on inside of here with that nonsense, bro. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. That makes me just go. Yo, I can't believe this. Yo, I cannot believe this. Oh my God. I can't believe this. Yo, I can't believe this. Yo, I cannot believe that is an insane song, dude.
Once again, this crap keeps happening. Feeling like I took 4 shots to the abdomen, because every time I think I came across some divine luck, reality reminds me how much life sucks. So here I am.
I don't know if you guys can hear, because his vocals are really loud in that, but the beat is really funny. It's just like that like bah, like noise, but just a nice talk. Realize that you're a chill guy, and thank you. Mwah. The Japanese guy hearted my wait, what happened? Vicus, what is happening in India, by the way? Is there any news on the happenings of the largest, girthiest country on earth? What is happening in good old-fashioned India? Okay, we actually got to get back to the game. We got to continue our hell wall for the wall of flesh. Let me get my imp. Cock killer one-man army. Bro, I cannot believe this. You're making it worse. Same old, same old. Yeah. Did you I think you were telling me about how you were saying that New Delhi is not a good place in India, correct? Where would you recommend if I were to ever go to India? Where should I go? Oh my God, I can't believe this. Yo, I cannot believe. No, it's no, I can't believe this. And then it's yo, I cannot believe this. It's just oh my God. Simon, don't lie on the keyboard, please. Simon, please. Oh my gosh, he wants to wrestle. Isn't beaten wall of flesh. Bro, okay, look, to be fair, the amount of hours that I have in this playthrough is not a lot compared to my other ones. Like, my last few... Oh, Simon is my cat who's on my desk. I have 2 cats on my desk right now. I have Simon and Coco. And I don't think Coco actually... No. She's been asleep and she's facing away from him. I don't actually think she knows... I don't actually think that she knows he's there. Simon's getting a bit big because he just eats so much and he steals people's food. You know what he actually did is... my friend had the toaster oven. The toaster oven wasn't on, but he had like chicken in there, like fried chicken, like on the, like the pan in there, or the, the thing. I'm tired. I don't remember the name of it, but he had fried chicken in the toaster oven, and what Simon did is he opened the toaster oven, grabbed the biggest piece of fried chicken, took it under the table, and ate like half of it before I came out and noticed that the toaster oven was open. And then I saw Simon under the table with the gigantic piece of fried chicken that was half eaten. He's not like, oh, it's the same with my cat. He's fat too, eats everything. Dude, it's so funny. And his litter mate, Chester, will only eat cat food. He will not eat any human food. Like, you could give him tuna. You could give him tuna fish, like from, you know, like a can of tuna, and he'll just he'll smell it, and then he'll just walk off. He won't care. It's only food that is specifically for cats. That is the stuff he will eat. It's so funny. So I guess all the interest of food, you know, was absorbed by Simon when they were in the cat womb. Okay, how far are we? We need to keep going. We need to keep going. Have you ever tried the bee grenade start with wallflower? Sorry, I didn't see your chat earlier. I get distracted by the game. I think I may have tried it before. What I got a bunch of bee nades from killing the queen bee earlier. I think I killed her like 3 times, I think. Funnily enough, I actually died to her more times than I did to Skeletron. And we are on expert mode, by the way. I don't really like master mode. I think master mode's too much for me. Just like zombies killing you in like 2 or 3 hits, I was like, okay, that's a little too much. But yeah, I think maybe I've tried using bee nades against him in the past. I don't know how effective it was, but you know, the wall of flesh, he has a ton of health, and I don't know, what I really need to do is find a good weapon that does a lot of damage. And I don't know if this sword, if a Knight's Edge, that's what it's called, right? Yeah, Knight's Edge. I don't know if the sword is it. Like, it's good for it's good for fighting just, you know, normal shit mobs and stuff. Like, I've actually since I've gotten this thing, Hell's been way more manageable, except for really the only trouble I'm having down here in Hell is the fuck, I was gonna catch that. Is with the lava slimes, where they just drop lava all over the place. Like, that is really annoying. Oh my god, there's so many. I cannot believe this. We need 5 big booms to get us going down here, man. Did you get Terraria on Steam? Yeah, I started, the first time I ever played Terraria, it was on Xbox 360, and I didn't buy it on Steam until years later. But, yeah, I love Terraria. It's the Steam version. Lies of P DLC. Absolutely. I'm so excited for that. It looks awesome. Really, really, really excited. I guess they're not doing the Toy Island idea. Which, you know, I'd say I'm disappointed in that, because I think that'd be cool, because, you know, that's a big part of, or like that whole part, you know, with the kids being turned into donkeys and everything. Or what was the island called again? I'm sorry. We knew everything about Pinocchio when we were playing through that game, but I've kind of forgotten a few of the parts of the lore since then. That was such a great game, man. Lies of P. The swamp monster really was annoying me, but when we were fighting the swamp monster, but man, what a good ass game. We needed the Lies of P, and I can't wait for the DLC and the sequel. But you can get mods for Terraria. Yeah. People were telling me last stream what mods I should play. I think there was Calamity mod. I don't know. I don't think I know any of the other mods though, other than Calamity. Molotov cocktails are good against wall flesh. Okay. See, is prequel supposed to give background about P? Oh, it's a prequel. Okay. Fargo Souls mod. Oh, okay. I'll look at those. Meow. Yeah, when it comes to Terraria, like in the mods, like what I'm looking for is something that just adds a lot of stuff to the game. Like a lot of new stuff, like bosses, enemies. Like one of my favorite things to do as a kid would to be like through the Twitch browser, because on the Twitch desktop app, they would have like an option to where you could load up games like Minecraft and World of Warcraft with mods. And I did that with Minecraft. Like I would make my own. Well, like I would play a lot of different mod packs, but I would also make my own mod packs through that with just like tons and tons of mods. And it would take like 5 minutes for the. Oh man, well that's when I had my old like really terrible computer that had 6 gigs of RAM. Oh my god, man. 6 gigs of RAM. Holy shit. Actually, wait. No, that was after. Yeah, no, that was after. Okay. Yeah, never mind then. Still, it would still take like 5 minutes to actually load up the game because I had so many mods. And you know, these mod packs, they do hi Simon. How you doing, guy? You know, they do add to the mod pack to make everything more stable, but you know, I didn't know how to do that. But yeah, I would add in as many mods as I could that had like new biomes, new ores, new mobs. There was one mod pack called Craft of the Titans that was really cool because it was just really, really difficult, but I don't think I got very far on it. I didn't really know what to do. And the mobs in that were just unbelievable how hard they were to deal with. Hi, Simon. Oh my god. I can't believe... I do have Subnautica. I haven't played it in years, though. I really love that game, though. Very, very good. Moonlord in my playthrough. Oh, good luck. Good luck, man. It took me a long time to kill Moonlord the first time I got to him. It was in master mode too. The first time I ever fought and beat Moonlord, it was in master mode, and that was quite the experience. Beware of the Leviathan. Yeah. Yeah. I think I tried playing Subnautica a bunch of times and like trying to do like a legit playthrough, but I just didn't really know how to progress or like where to go. So I just kind of didn't really entering ecological dead zone. Yeah. Well, Subnautica 2, I'm sure that'll be good. I didn't play Subnautica Below Zero. I'm sure Subnautica 2 will be good. Oh man, I need to take a shower. I didn't really sweat, you know, I did an upper body pressing workout tonight. I did like bench, incline, overhead press, and then some tricep stuff as well. Some dumbbell stuff. It was much more of like a bodybuilding type workout. I don't really sweat all that much when it's upper body stuff, but I still sweated a bit, and I probably not feeling amazingly clean right now, so it'd probably be a good idea for me to take a shower in a bit. It is getting kind of... There's 26 people here. I really do need to start streaming more often. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow. Is anyone here in the Discord? Anton and Vicus, if you guys are still here, make sure you @me tomorrow and get me to stream tomorrow, because I don't have much going on. Like I like your company. You guys are really cool. I like this is what I like about streaming, is just like hanging out and talking. It's very fun. And you know, we just get to talk about random stuff. Oh, you know what? I think oh shit, did I just end the stream? No, I didn't. Here, you know what? What I was going to do is show you guys some of the some of those stop motion videos that I was telling you about. If you weren't here earlier, I was talking about how I used to watch a lot of Bionicle stop motion movies on YouTube when I was a kid, and there's a whole like community of Bionicle YouTubers called Biotubers, and there was a lot of drama that went down apparently, but What phone do I have? Well, I have multiple phones, unfortunately. But you know, last year, I think, yeah, like earlier last year, I got one of the not like a brand new iPhone, but like something that was still like a newer model, and I've never had an iPhone at that point, and nice. I've used the iPhone 6, and it's pretty good. It is probably a good thing to have a good phone, because the thing about phones is they're not just social media things. Like, they are actually important. You want a phone that's reliable and good. Let me see. Where is Reign of Mesodax? Oh, here it is. Oh, and here's Salvation. Here, let me show you guys. Hold on. Oh, actually, I probably shouldn't play. That's copyright music. But oh my god. So this is kind of what. This is the second series. This is the sequel series to Fantoka. But I started watching this guy during, let's see. Whoops. Hold on. I think I started watching him around this point. Yeah, this episode's just like a recreation of the heist scene in The Dark Knight.
That's a lot of treasure and an awesome mask. If the boss was so smart, he'd have us bring a bigger vehicle. I'm betting the boss told you to kill me as soon as we got the mask.
It's literally just the scene from The Dark Knight. And I didn't know this as a kid. Like, I saw this thing before I saw that movie, and then I watched that movie and I was like, wait a minute. That's not going to be loud, is it? Oh god, that might have been loud for you guys.
Wow, that's a nice mask with some treasure. That guy's not getting up, is he?
Oh my god, the Monis controller.
What happened to the rest of the guys? Silence! Now, we're all here for a purpose.
Okay. Well, that was Makuta, and then this is Reign of Mesodax, which is the sequel series to that. Oh yeah. Oh my god. This series is rated EOT 10. Everyone older than 10. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh, it's kind of quiet. Okay, I guess I could turn it up a bit. Oh, I shouldn't play that because that's like copyright. I mean, it's not like my channel's monetized, so like whatever, but you know. Oh my god, okay. This is one of his mocks that I want to try to recreate. This was General Goldix or something. I don't remember what his name is, but he's basically just General Grievous. And I really desperately want to go on Bricklink and just make a list of all the parts for this guy, order them, and try to make them. Mesodax. Oh yeah, there's a huge previously on.
Let's go. What about? Come on.
Oh yeah, that's Slither. I remember. There are actually multiple people with this exact mock right here. This is Slither. Like, I remember seeing him in this series, but like other people on YouTube would like kind of recreate this guy. GT, hold on. I think I know who that is. Wait. FG. GT. This guy? I'm sorry, I don't think so. See, the thing is that when I was a kid on YouTube, like I've been watching YouTube nonstop ever since the website was made, but I didn't watch a lot of gaming content, unfortunately. I mainly watched a lot of stop motion stuff. Oh my god, you know what I need to show you guys? Quest for in. Okay. This guy, so wait. Yeah. Okay. Maybe does he have his own playlist of this? So this guy made M Jackie. He made a here it is. Okay. A stop motion series that is actually very good called Random Quest for Intelligence. It's kind of like it's 17 scenes. It's basically just about these clay figures that live in this place called Random. And there are these robots that they're bionicles that are just like basically sharpied over like to look a lot darker. And wait a minute. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's more copyright music. This one? No, it's this one. And when did this come out? Yeah, 2007. Oh my god, man.
What?
I was obsessed with this as a kid. I watched this series like 10 times a day.
Fred, are you
34 people. Holy shit. Okay. Why so many people? Why tonight though? Why so many people tonight?
Oh yeah, totally. Do we look great to you? Where's Yale? Rob, Yale's dead. What?
And from a narrative perspective, it is weird because or like from a story perspective, it is weird because you have characters like he had characters like Venom and Optimus Prime, and I guess he planned to have Ironhide and Bumblebee in it as well. But
Okay, everybody. Go over to that corner, right over there. Yeah.
is it still too quiet? Do you want me to turn it up? Put one in the chat if you want me to turn. I'll turn it up a little bit. It's fine. Whatever. Oh, it's kind of loud on my speakers though.
Tells me that this is really gonna suck.
And also, I went to some like hobby store to buy a bunch of clay to make clay figures because I wanted to do. Okay, I'll turn it down a bit. Then if it's.
Here comes pride.
This is the best barrier I could find, everybody. Alright. I don't know if that will hold or not. Okay, everybody. Don't make a sound.
I have this version of Optimus Prime, just the nighttime version where he's blue and purple. Yeah, but I was in love with this series when I was a kid, and I all of a sudden just had the. Oh god, that's loud. That might be loud for you guys. It's like, uh-oh, who's it gonna be? It's Joe. Mama. Yeah. When I saw this as a kid, I was like, oh my god! They're Bionicles! I was like, wait, why are they... Oh yeah, and I thought the special effects that this guy had were just like the coolest thing in the world. What is it? This is 2007, right? Yeah, 2007. Yeah, I mean, this is... I think this is decently impressive for someone at that time, like, to do on their own. Oh yeah, he has a ton of Transformers, Michael Bay movie music, and Halo and this music. Yeah, no, I was recently sick, and my throat never recovered.
Be gone, monster.
No, I watched the whole thing last week, and it's not super long. I think it's like a few hours, or a little over a couple hours overall. Like if you watch the whole thing, but the whole way through. But like it's actually very good, and I'm really upset that he never continued it. Like he made the first scene of the next sort of like episode of this series, but he never continued it, unfortunately. I think he had a test video. All right, Doodles. Thanks for hanging out, man. I'll try to stream tomorrow, but or if I don't stream tomorrow, maybe Sunday. But I'm gonna try to be streaming more consistently because it is fun. And if you guys are into watching like old school YouTube stuff, I think that'd be really fun.
Dude, it's like, what the hell just happened here?
Yeah. And then okay. Let's see.
Optimus Prime, are you all right, my friend?
There are like little things in the story that don't make sense. Where it's like, okay, so this guy, basically what they have him do later on in the series is they go into, or in the episode, I guess, they have him go into the lair of the robots to plant a bomb to destroy all the millions and millions of canisters down there that hold the robots, because they're all like still asleep for the most part. And then it's like, okay, well, Amos scouted out that whole area beforehand. Why didn't he do that while he was there? And then also why didn't he go with them in case they ran into like all the and they did run into all the guys. But let me see. I think he had oh yeah, he's random the series cartoon test. I think it was, oh yeah, here it is. Oh yeah, this one looks really good. Yeah, hold on, let me rewind that real quick. Hell's Kitchen. Oh man. Yeah, I've seen all the videos of Gordon screaming at people.
I think I hit him.
Thanks, Doodles. I appreciate it.
Hey, I got an idea. Cover me. From what?
This actually looks very good. The like quality of the picture and and I can tell he's a Dragon Ball Z fan as well, just because of this episode right here. Because when I watched the original series as a kid, I hadn't watched Dragon Ball Z at that point.
You okay, Mitch? Yeah, I'm okay.
Like I said, I watched the first anime I ever really watched was Attack on Titan, first season, like a little after it came out.
Deflect their projectiles. It didn't. That was the first time I tried it. Okay, let's go.
But yeah, the blue guy's the main character. I don't really remember the green one that. Oh wait, I think I do remember him. He was like one of the guys that went to the cave to plant the bomb, but I think he was driving the.
I had no idea we could do that. Almost. You saved us. Robert, now's not the time. You and Mitch need to regroup with the others. Oh, right. Oh, get up. I don't have all day.
Nice. It's good. It's wow, that was awesome. Yeah, no, it's really good. Like, I'm really disappointed that he never continued. Like, honestly, I have thoughts of like, you know, what I want to do is message him on whatever social media he has and just be like, hey, I really, really love your series Random, and I was really looking forward to episode 5, and I was disappointed that it never got finished. I don't blame you for not finishing it. You know, I get that life is busy and everything. You should release like a video just talking about the story that you had planned, because I still think about it every once in a while. Like, I wonder what the story. Because there were a lot of, you know, like all the clay characters, the randomers. There were a lot of there were a lot of like characters for the randomers that were like serious characters in the story. But then the robots, they also had a lot of characters that clearly like we're gonna have showdowns with other characters, and Yeah, no, okay, I'm just getting politics in the fucking sidebar now. This is not, we don't need to do politics. Yeah, Reign of Mesodax, Icarax. Oh yeah, people love this film. Or this fan film. And Icarax, if you don't know, he's a very prominent character in the Bionicle universe.
More fate tempters. No Makuta of Metro Noir. You have me confused for another, but I am not that scheming fool. I am Icarax.
Icarax? Makuta of Karzani? You made no slight, great Makuta.
Slight.
It's just that the Master Shadows belongs to the true leader of the Brotherhood, and we thought, oh no.
I am not Terradax. He is a dull spear compared to my razor blade, who could never suffer true battle.
I heard he fought you not long ago.
Did you know?
I discovered he defeated, no, humiliated you in direct combat, or were those only rumors?
Rumors are without head, and unfortunately for you, there was yours. I shall eradicate such slander without mercy. I cannot have such falsehood within my empire. The Brotherhood of Makuta deserves a stronger, more savage leader.
I'm probably gonna go to bed soon, anyways. So. Oh yeah, all the Rakshi hordes. Yeah, this is here. I'll show you guys what I was talking about earlier when oh man, this is a classic video right here. This one by Spidey 406. When did this come out? 2009, right? Oh man, it's basically Bionicle mixed with Carnage and Venom, like with the symbiote and everything. Like these two guys, or I guess all three of them, they're infected with the symbiote or symbiote. I don't know how you pronounce it. Just one of those words, but man, this stuff was all over the place when I was a kid. This just really good stop motion type stuff. You know, there were also a lot of 135. I watched this guy a lot. He made more so a lot of he had his own like series like dramatic series like that. But he also had a lot of like sort of sitcom videos. I want to light Taz. Oh yeah, see, this is one of the guys that I said I want to try to recreate. Okay, I can't play the music at all here because pretty much this guy, all of his videos are oh okay, well this is when he really revamped them and remade them, made them a lot more complicated. I love the he painted all these pieces gold. Wow, okay. Yeah, this guy, I remember when I was a kid watching this guy, I was like, oh my god, he has like 10 of every Bionicle set. He probably does. Either that or he just gets a lot of stuff on Bricklink. I mean, he definitely has, many multiples of every set, but yeah, that's a very cool mock. What are some other Reign of Terror number 6? Did he ever make Reign of Terror number 6? I actually, maybe this is a hot take, but with a lot of Bionicle mocks, I actually prefer. Oh yeah, there's Toe Shadow getting killed, like I was talking about earlier. Oh yeah, he also Kyler Nuva, he had this phase in making videos where he started to do voiceovers in his videos. Usually they were, for a very long time, they didn't have voiceovers. They basically just had, except for these ones that were just like where he would roll the camera. He would have Is this it? Universe at War. Which one? I think it's this one. Yeah, you can hear. Well, at some point he. Well, here. Let me just go down a lot further. Okay, yeah. Here's an example. So a lot of his videos would be like this, where the characters when they were talking, they would just have like captions like this. Oh, there's TUAH Shadow. I don't remember what this guy's name is. So this was the vast majority of all of his videos for a long time. But then he got I guess he got a microphone and started doing voiceovers for his videos. But when he started doing them, there were these weird like audio glitches, and you can hear it right here.
I'm much better now. Are you sure that shot was fatal? I said I'm fine. Don't worry about my wound.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that, but yeah. I remember that when I was a kid, and I didn't know what his voice sounded like until he started making some voiceovers in his videos. But welcome to Baxitus. Oh wait, no, this is not the right one. Yeah, this is the one I wanted to show. Yeah, this guy was like supposed to be like Predator. This guy was like a goon for the Emperor of the Planet or something. I don't remember what his name was.
Tell your master I don't accept invitations from servants.
Here's another guy. This guy was pretty cool. Saw. This was a super popular design with mocks, is having the scroll shield that looks like the black sun on their head. It was a very, very cool design.
Might let someone in.
Saw.
In the flesh. No armor, either way. Hunters.
But I think my favorite mock from Salvation was this guy. Hold on, this guy right here. This guy. I wish he made it. Oh no, and this guy is well, all of these mocks are really fucking cool. The two-headed monster green guy, this giant cyborg thing. These two were kind of cool. This sniper, this dude, all of these guys. I don't know. Shadowed 1-1, the mocks that he made were really amazing. A lot of these guys die, though, in this episode, so they don't really... Yeah, those three that he just showed... Well, everyone that just zoomed in on right there dies. This guy, he goes into the next episode, he goes into the next episode. He doesn't die. I mean, I'm sure he dies in the next episode, but... here, let me... yeah, he died. There he is. Yeah, okay. Zenium, that's what his name is, right. I wish he made a video on how to construct a lot of these mocks, because usually the thing is that with a lot of mocks, just by looking at it, you can get an idea of how to make it, because most mocks are not that complicated. Like with Kylo Nuva, a lot of his Toa and Makuta sort of have like the... like they are more complicated, but they're not super overly complicated like this. Like later on they are. But you know, with this, there's so much stuff going on that I'd never be able to fully recreate this. Just by looking at it. And he never made a video on how to actually create this. Well, he did with this one character from the books. Later on. I mean, I would want to make all 5 of these right here. These are like S tier mocks.
The hunt is on.
Yeah, and then what I really loved about this, yeah, it was 30 minutes. Wow. That's very impressive for, you know, just like an independent stop motion film, doing something that's 30 minutes. And this guy, he studied filmmaking as well. And like I always remember everything that he did was always very, very well made. Like the shots were good. The story was always very interesting. I don't remember too many like plot holes and that kind of. I'm sure there are, but
It sounded personal.
interrogation. You see, you actually torture your prisoner and force the information out of him instead of killing them right on the spot. Get the idea?
He had a lot of people do voice acting in his. Who's this was starring? Kyler Nuva's a lot. Oh right, yeah, Kyler Nuva. Yeah, he and Shadowed 1-1 and Kyler Nuva, they were really good friends. Okay, there's a lot of people here that starred in this. This came out of a freshman in college. Nice. I almost liked that, but I'm not signed in. Anyways, though, yeah, this was
Wax? Is that you? Where have you been? We've been waiting.
the Resistance fighters were pretty cool. I just didn't like how they were asymmetrical, a lot of them.
We have to leave.
Why?
Yeah, okay, I guess that's one thing that I would take issue with. It's like, oh, okay, so they just so happened to kill the guys surrounding them, but, you know, they could have sniped these guys, but they didn't. You know, like, little things like that, but his writing was always very good and interesting.
You should have listened to your friend. And now, this hunt is over.
And that's the end. He never... Yeah, I remember for years and years and years he would be working on Salvation 6. And, yeah, he died before he could finish it. And, you know, he was busy with life and everything, so it's understandable. But, you know, man, this stuff had such an impact on me when I was a kid. And it's just, oh, man. Yeah, and I get it. It's just like some guy on YouTube making stop motion videos with toys. But I don't know. I really want to know what the plan was for the story, like what was going to happen. But I don't think he ever released.
Help us survive. How?
Don't think he ever released a script or anything for it. This guy here, this guy's a fucking trooper. It only has 700,000 views. That's criminal, man. This is one of the best stop motion projects of all time. If you don't know what this is basically a on-screen adaptation of the Bionicle books for like a specific part of the story. And I think it was just him that made, I mean, he had other people doing like voice acting, but I'm pretty sure he did all the animation and the stop motion. And he did yeah, so he did Bionicle Ignition. So there's this part in the story in Bionicle which is 43 people. Holy shit. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to watch Bionicle videos every night cuz I guess this is what people are into. But anyways, sorry. In the Bionicle story, there's a portion of the story called the Ignition Trilogy, and this video here covers the books of the first part of the Ignition Trilogy. This is the second part, and then there's a whole team of people working on, and I need to show you guys this, Project Mata Nui Rising, because if I could give these guys money, a lot of money, I would, because they are making something truly amazing here. They're doing the Ignition Trilogy Part 3, and the stop motion that they're doing is so unbelievable. Like you guys just got to see this. And it's a lot of people working on this, so it's not just Noah Productions doing this, but like the quality of this stop motion film that they're doing. Well, actually, it's not a film anymore. It's 12 episodes. It's a 12 episode miniseries. You know, they're doing this as a passion project. I mean, look at this. And this music too. I'm pretty sure this music is original. Like they have composers. I remember this scene from the book. Yeah, that's Atticus. He gets fucked up. This is probably going to turn out to be the greatest stop motion project ever. Pretty sure is that supposed to be Mezica? I don't think that might be Mezica. They might have given him a different mask and different arms. Oh, there's a crack right there. Oh man. Yeah, I mean this is the time in Bionicle where the socket joints would crack a lot of the time, unfortunately. Oh, let me see that again. Look at this. That's fucking awesome, man. I respect these people so much. Like, they're doing all of this for free, and man. Absolutely amazing. I'm so excited for this. They've been working on this for many, many years. I remember the first trailer. It's not on YouTube anymore. At least I don't think it is. But the first trailer that came out years and years ago. But I don't know when. I think the first episode they're going to release it this year at least. I think last year they were working on the 5th episode. I don't know. Go to sleep, my god. No. What am I looking at? It's a independent project. Recreate, like bringing the Bionicle books, a certain part of the story into like basically a film format. It's a totally independent project. Oh, I remember that scene from the book. I don't know who that is. There's a lot of Matoran throughout, like, the scenes that I've seen that I'm just kind of like, I don't remember that. I'm sure they're adding, like, well, you know, they're adding stuff from the serials as well, which, here, let me see. This character, damn, that looks good. Hold on, I need to see that again. Shit, man, that looks fucking awesome. Ooh. It's Vampira. Yeah, that's definitely Atticus. How horrible is Shrek 5? Wait, what? Wait, is Shrek 5 a real thing? No, Shrek 4 is Happily Ever After, right? Is Shrek 5 an actual thing that's happening? Shrek 5 got a teaser. Really? Okay, and then there's a lot more stuff for behind the scenes.
Slovice, I am the project leader and manager for Project Matanui Rise.
Interesting.
Narrative A321, Machinui Legacy, pages of the book Shadows in the Sky. After completing, helping make this stop motion possible.
Yeah, and the Shadowed One won, the guy who passed away, who I was a huge fan of.
COVID hit.
He is voicing... Oh, no, here it is right here. This guy right here, Makuta Antros.
His lines were completed for episode 1.
Oh, they're talking about that right now, right.
Shadow One's tragic passing happened in November of 2022. He was a valued member of the team, and most notable for our team being the voice actor for Antros. His lines were completed for episode 1 and episode 2. This project will be dedicated to him in his memory. While we have recasted his role for episode 3 and onward, we hope to continue to honor his memory for this project. He was a great colleague and an amazing friend. He will be missed. Our hope is for this project to both re-spark the joy and light that was present in Bionicle fans in the past.
Do they actually play that scene where he's
set up a
talking?
Scene that was
Oh yeah, they're showing the stuff here.
behind.
Oh yeah, doing stuff in
I
Blender.
start with a storyboard. At least I ought to. I don't always. That leads to trouble. I start with a storyboard, and then I start blocking things out. If I'm working
Being able to make stuff in Blender like this, that's such an awesome skill.
Clip, that
I really, you know what I really want to do is make a Backrooms style series, or something like that, like horror series, like or Backrooms. What is it called? The all the series that Kane Pixels has been making. Which, if you don't know Kane Pixels, I'll show them after this. I think Kane Pixels is probably next to Wendigoon my favorite, content creator right now. He's amazing at what he does.
Be changed or modified, like a piece
Kane
of music
Pixels
or something.
the stuff he's been making is fantastic.
On the timing and block everything out.
I really want to see more of People Used to Live Here, that game kind of thing that he's doing. I think that's so cool.
And then I
love it.
Different iterations to finalize it, different processes.
Do they play the
Rahi tracker at the archives? So, Tahuti, what do you have for us today?
I've got a real piece of work for you today. This
seems like an old version of Blender. It might just be his. I think this might just be his specific. I don't know, settings or whatever.
Terraria led the Brotherhood in a quest to seize control of the universe, ultimately casting.
Yeah, if you don't know, Terraria, this guy is the main villain of the whole series. It's a very interesting and well done villain.
He remains in to this day. Terraria was aided by his Kanohi Kurkan, the Great Mask of Shadows, that bolsters his dark power beyond that of any of his brothers. Until recently, we believed Terraria had died as Takudanuva, crushed under the weight of the gate to Metronui. But according to the TUAH-RARIA, we were wrong. Only time will tell what sinister plans.
Yeah, I remember when it turned out that he was actually still alive. Guys, you need to share this project because it deserves so much attention. I really want people to see this because Bionicle is such an amazing universe, and seeing the passion that these guys have, bringing this series to life, this part of the story, and in such amazing detail as well. I really want people to see this, even if they're not fans of Bionicle. Or maybe if they could watch this and be like, oh, hey, I want to read about this.
The Chroma Keen team, where we remove the background and any unwanted objects like helping hands and widers. 7/8 of this job is rotoscoping, which is manually chasing items one by one.
Oh my god. Yeah, here, I was watching. She shows what she's doing. Look at this.
Sections that have different needs, particularly when there is glare from the chroma screen onto the character, and this uneven glare. I tell you what, trying to get a green or blue cast off of a silver jet.
I couldn't do this. I don't know. I don't even know. I tried some very light video editing a long time ago, when I was making some edits for me playing horror games, but I don't know, anything that was somewhat complicated. I don't know, man. I'm not built for this kind of stuff. I can't.
The Brotherhood's most intelligent and unstable.
According to Brotherhood records.
Yeah, Mutran. Mutran's a very cool character. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is the scene that they have.
These Matoran are stubborn. All but one.
Takes time to learn any software. I know. I'm just saying, I don't know, this stuff, it looks very, very difficult. I really do want to learn Blender though.
Their friends turn to our side. Their position hopeless, and yet still they resist.
Of course they do. The great beings made Matoran to be more than just laborers. They gave their creation spirit and passion, even if misguided. That is something you would not know about.
I was working on something new before the call came to travel here. You might want to see it sometime. I'm sure it would like to see you.
You take everything too seriously, my friend. Take this village. can be annoyed at its resistance, or you can take pleasure in the fact that its Matoran are still free and available for torment.
This is a first. Someone expecting a being born of the shadows to look on the bright side.
That was a real funny one. That was a real funny.
Hunting.
This is all from the book, by the way. It's all like a one-to-one translation of the books and the serials and all that kind of stuff. All right. Well, I don't know. Is there anything else I wanted to look at? Oh yeah, this is the P90X. God, this fucking song, dude.
Oh my god! I can't believe this! Yo, I can't believe this! Yo, I cannot believe this! It's just, oh my god! I can't believe this!
Oh man. Okay, I gotta go. It's time for Goku Drip to show up, and it's time for me to go. Dude, I streamed for 2 hours longer than I was supposed to. It's 12:30. All right, I'll see you guys later. There's 47 people here. How is that even possible? Okay. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.